music starts and we're in and already. Hi everybody, hope you're doing well today. So, what we've got planned on the docket for today, considering, you know, the title and everything, more metaphor. And I'm excited to play more of this because I really do want to get more into the story since we had finally gotten past the bit in the demo that I was off on. But yeah, we're good now. Hope you're all doing all right. I've been okay. Just cold and figuring out some stuff, mostly for, you know, job things. But other than that, it's been pretty normal. But right now, we've got some metaphor, and I don't think it's going to be a particularly long stream tonight. I might plan on maybe only about 3.5 hours at most because I've got to wake up early tomorrow. So just letting you know that now. So what we did last time was we got the merchant job. We hung out with Stroll and Hulkenberg more. We took care of some point addition stuff, but we still have more to do. I keep forgetting it's this that's the pause. It's our archetype tree, but I want to see real quick the quests that I've got. Save the prince from the, yeah. We did some side quests. We did some other things that got our stats up. We talked more to we talked more to different people. I want to see if Fabine can be talked to, or Fabine. I keep mistaking, but I mean, I feel like she ought to have an archetype, right? Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Red grass. Hard times, she's done a lot for us, and the least we can do is return the favor. I want to see.
Amazing.
What were my stats again? Ranking. Yeah, popularity ranking is not strong still. Virtues, there it is. Yeah, so far our highest virtue is the wisdom. We could boost the tolerance up some more. But I want to boost the tolerance and also learn some world building, which I think is related to the guy that's this way.
What is it?
I'll help Fabine out another time. I just want to learn about what this guy's deal is. Yeah, so he's like, hey, have you heard of the Mustardi tribe?
I see.
All right. So you're like, hey, Mustardi history. Sure, let's learn about this. I want to see. Talk to them.
Pleased to hear it.
Glad to hear it. Let's go somewhere to chat, shall we?
Well then.
Our tribe is called the Mustardi. Perhaps the most obvious part of our culture is that we wear masks, just like the ones I have on right now, or the one I have on right now. The next thing you'll notice, we have 3 eyes.
What?
3 eyes? And that goes for every Mustardi? What's it like to see for all of you? Our 3rd eye cannot see things. We see the world almost exactly as you do. However, the Mustardi faith is vastly different from that of the other tribes. We've our own unique faith, different from the state religion Sanctism. Is it restricted to the Mustardi tribe?
About that.
Do only Mustardi practice this belief? That's correct. Normally, we cannot reveal our teachings to other tribes. Sanctum is a belief open to all. Perhaps that is why, at times, politics get involved and distort its doctrine. For that reason, we refrain from revealing our faith to everyone. Refrain from revealing our faith to everyone. It's our only means of keeping our doctrine the way it should be. Oh, I see. So because Sanctism is such a widely spread religion, it can be easily corrupted, whereas they're like, yeah, we don't really want to talk about our faith at all to people because we don't want it potentially becoming just keep things the way as they were written in the past by our people, as opposed to having them be reinterpreted by others if they were to ever, you know, want to practice it too. That's, I see what they mean. That doesn't sound like the best solution, but I guess it's complicated. Some try to spread our teachings outside the island, but things quickly grow complex and one must tread carefully. Other tribes have a tendency to jump to conclusions. That is why Sanctism has gathered many believers. And now we are scorned as the masked tribe. That is who we are, forever etched into our history. Okay. Interesting. That was neat to learn.
Pleased to hear it.
If it may be worth telling you more, next time I'll tell you about our basic doctrine, if the chance comes. Okay. So Sanctism isn't the only religion, there is more. Interesting. So yeah, the supposed disaster is supposed to happen, and
Right then. Today's Forden's big announcement.
yeah, we were leading up to this day, and I just spent a lot of the free time talking with characters, and I did that because I didn't know if whether or not I could just bumble around after I beat a dungeon, and that seems to be the case. So I know that for the next one.
Wonder what he's planning. I guess the church has to have some reaction to all that stuff the king said.
Whatever it is, Luis won't be able to just ignore it. This might be a day that goes down in history.
Yeah, because the church is like, oh, scorn and everything going around. How dare Luis and blah, 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 blah.
Ladies and gents, lend me your ears. Sanctifex Forden has spoken. The giant face in the sky, the massive rocks appearing throughout the land, and the mysterious voice claiming to be the past king. The Sanctis Church has officially recognized these happenings as the will of His Royal Majesty.
So it really is His Majesty.
And so, as His Majesty has decreed, whoever has gained the greatest trust of the people by the day of decision shall be our new king.
Okay, listen, I get that all sorts of magic and weird shit happens likely in this world, but I feel like the giant face in the sky that resembles the past king and says, hey y'all, you gotta actually make sure you get the people to like you in order to be king. Part of me feels like maybe that would be a strong indicator that, yeah, and if the king's magic was supposed to be that strong, it's like, yeah, of course it is. That'd be like the equivalent of me stubbing my toe on what I thought was a coffee table, or seeing a coffee table, stubbing my toe on it and going like, was that really a coffee table I just stubbed my toe on? I don't know, just, did you really need to counsel to see if that's real or not? Did you need to, I don't know. It just feels like they were trying to do the reCAPTCHA verify thing, and but it's such a cartoonishly overblown situation that I'm like, did you need to verify that it's the king if he was known to have super strong magic? I don't know.
This is a historic moment, good citizens. It's revolutionary. It's unprecedented. No matter who you are, you can take the throne.
Anyone?
Even me. If, and this is a big if, you are the person that all our people trust most in their hearts.
Maybe you could be king yourself, eh? You're popular enough.
Me? In charge? Well, that's the last thing this country needs. Right, let's review what we know, shall we? First, the new faces that have appeared on the rock. It shows us who's foremost in the running. We've worked out that much. The top 3 of the lot are also shown in the sky. Suppose that way you can see their inspiring faces anytime, anywhere.
Hold on. How's us common folk supposed to stand a chance against all these upper crusters?
Say you do become popular. With your face clear for all to see, surely that'd make you a prime target for assassination.
Not quite, friend. Not quite. A valid concern, but one His Majesty prepared for. Popular aspirants, at least those who make it onto the rock, are protected by royal magic. Assassinations off the table. Magic chains will spring to life and bind anyone who tries. I saw it happen with my own eyes to Count Luis's sorry assailant.
So,
Yeah.
literally anyone could be king? Even a pauper? Or a slave? Or a criminal?
But hold on, you mean to say we might not be ruled by Clamar? What does that mean for us?
Right, I've said my piece. You know all I know. Now go forth, ladies and gents, and spread the word. Whether you're from our fair capital or the middle of nowhere, the crown's within your
Or even from
grasp.
Tumblr,
Anyone in the
or
land
DeviantArt,
could be
or even
our next king.
4chan.
I heard the announcement. The church has
I
chosen
love
to
these character
recognize this
portraits.
face's
They-
words as crown sent
It's such a
until
cool
abide by them.
painterly version of the
conceded that one
typical
quickly.
Atlas portraits that
Though
you
I
tend to
suppose
see
it's
for
a
their
hard thing to
Persona
deny,
games.
What with the royal palace hanging up there in the clouds.
Had they rushed a coronation for His Eminence Forden, it would have dashed any hope of reinstating His Highness. A small comfort.
I can tell from your face there's some bad news too.
Do you recall those chains that froze Alsace in place? It seems that too was part of His Majesty's magic. Plainly, any candidates of sufficient favor cannot be deposed by force.
And that's not good, because our whole thing is that we want to assassinate Luis, and if we can't do that because of this new king thing, then, well,
That's not good.
No, 'tis not indeed. This marks Luis as nigh untouchable. I will still seek to find him. Yet, even should we stand before the man himself, we could not kill him.
No! If we can't kill him, then how do we break the curse?
What the hell was the king thinking? Grius was trying to save his son. He died for it.
Even so, without this magic, no aspirant would be safe from assassination, leaving Luis to dominate through sheer martial strength. We appear to be at an impasse.
Everyone, have you seen Maria?
uh-oh.
Did something happen?
I checked her room and she isn't there. She wouldn't just leave without telling anyone. I couldn't deal with losing both of them.
Let's go look
I'll
for
go
her.
look for her.
You will? Thank you. When I think of what might happen to her.
If she left her room on her own, she must have had some reason.
Let's go search for her. If we head into town, we might find some clues.
All right. I figured we'd probably have to hear from her at some point.
Where?
You're kidding.
Oh, sorry. Oh, had a sneeze. Where could Maria have gone? Wait, oh no. All right, so, hey man.
Whatever.
Maria? Oh, you mean that kid? Yeah, I saw her earlier. Really? Where was she headed? The stairs north of Sunshade Row. You know, by the general store. Didn't look to be running an errand though.
Hey!
The general store, am I someone else? Okay, cool. Thanks, buddy. And since there's an urgent thing, the only thing we could do is talk to Moore.
Aha. Ridiculous.
Stop that to her! Hey, mister!
I'm gonna punish the bad tribes. You better run. Oh, fucking. Oh, man, I wanna just get my face on that rock. But yeah, that's gonna be a situation, because I don't really know how to really raise the kingly favor in a dedicated way, aside from raising the stats, but I don't know what else I could really do. Because I raised my kingly favor by just eating a bunch of meat skewers last stream, so I don't know.
Sorry, but.
Ah, hello.
Hey.
Say, we're looking for a little girl. Have you seen anyone like that around here? Oh, could it be that half-blood? If so, then yes, I did see her. She was muttering Papa and looking sad. I saw her go through the back alley. Maria, could she have gone to the Grand Cathedral? Alright. I do love that I can just use my sword as a skateboard. I think it's fun.
I'm out of ideas.
Alright.
Sanctifex Forden. Now, who's the trustworthy one?
What should I do?
So I'm guessing... There we go.
Hello there.
Do you know that little half-blood girl? You can't let a girl like that walk the streets alone. You're just asking for trouble. She just went inside. Wait, you let her pass? Why? The way her eyes looked. I'd not be the one to stop her now. She's been coming to pray for a while, no matter how many glares she gets. Wait, so you can just go in and pray? Why would you let her in here? It's still collapsed. The fuck?
Huh? Why?
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Papa hasn't come home. And I always come here whenever I'm feeling lonely. One time he came here to get me. I remember because he called my name. But I pray. And he still doesn't come back. Maybe because the cathedral's broken?
Yeah, you gotta get new AA batteries for this cathedral. Or no, D batteries, not AA's. Get D batteries for the cathedral and just kind of shake it around like a Wii controller to make sure it's working properly.
Maria.
Miss Fabienne says Papa can't come home anymore. But I know Papa's gone away. He's gone somewhere I'll never see him again. Hasn't he? It's going to be so lonely. The loneliest it's ever been. But I have to be strong, don't I? But if it gets any lonelier, I don't know if I can do it.
I'm sorry. I promised we'd all come back together.
Why does everyone always leave? Mum was sick. The king and prince are gone. And now Papa? Why does everyone always leave? Is it my fault? I really did my best to be a good girl, but...
Oh. That's not why.
That's not why.
He's right, Maria. It's not your fault at all.
Listen to me, all right? Your father, he was fighting a very bad man. We were with him, but we couldn't protect him. I'm sorry.
I remember Papa saying something like that. He said, a really bad man might be our king. Is that part of it?
It'll work out.
It'll work out somehow. I'm sure of it.
I hope the next king is as nice as you. Then maybe things won't always be so sad.
In my ideal world, people can believe in their future. Their birth doesn't matter. Prince told me that once.
I think I understand the king's intentions now. Maybe this is the sort of tragedy he was trying to end. Maybe he wanted a world where the crown goes to one who acts like a king ought to. Not whoever's willing to spill the most blood to do it.
You may be right, but much as we wish it, this is not a fight that might be ended through words alone.
Even so, we have to try.
Well, I mean, it's also probably making sure that it's not given to somebody that just is getting it through
Maria,
nepotism.
Oh, you had me worried sick.
Sorry for leaving on my own.
No, it's all right.
Miss Fabienne,
Fabienne, okay.
I'm hungry.
Maria. Yes, that's right. Let's all sit down for some supper together. Thank you for finding her.
Can we get a bond with Fabienne
Looks like
now?
she's worked things out.
She's a strong girl.
But we've more troubles ahead. How now do we resolve this curse upon His Highness?
If Luis is the curse's caster, we've got to kill him to dispel it. So how do we do that if he's shielded by the king himself?
I wish I could report back, but the prince is still asleep, and we're losing time. I don't think going back to the village is an option.
We cannot lose faith yet. There must be some further course we can pursue.
Well, there's the church's announcement. I expect they're trying to stop a wave of rival candidates from flooding the standings. I doubt the church would accept this popularity contest if they didn't already have a plan to game it.
True enough.
Yeah.
I can only wonder at their aims. For today, we should content ourselves with rest and recovery.
Yeah, it would definitely be their deal to be like, okay, so we're in standing and so's Luis. we and Luis are currently the top dogs of this competition right now. How do we make sure that we squash literally any other potential opportunist so that we can end up on top? Because if we only have to worry about fighting Luis, then then they're probably going to be very confident about it.
Sorry, did I wake you? Laying here, I always end up caught in my own thoughts. Grius and Maria, the prince. Just thinking in circles again. Not good, is it?
I'm not awake. You deal with that, bro. I'm not awake enough. Now let's think about it together.
Let's think about it together.
Keeping me company, are you? You really are a strange one. My kind of strange, if I'm honest.
And not like Doctor Strange.
Is that the novel you're always carrying around? Feels like months ago now that I spotted you buried in it on the carriage ride to the fort.
Can you read now? You want to read it?
Want to read it?
If you don't mind, since we
It's Akita Noble. Of course he could probably read.
Oh, interesting. It's written through the lens of a fictional land. This bit's about the Utopia's security. In this world, there is no blood-stained contest for sovereignty. The people choose their sovereign from among themselves. One cannot put a sovereign to the sword to seize power. Such an act would be met with scorn and judged as murder. Taking power or wealth by force is seen as the most shameful of transgressions. Couldn't be further from reality, could it? With a Kingslayer on the brink of seizing the throne right now. And this idea of competing for public support. Here it sounds so commonplace, but the idea's thrown us all into chaos. Interesting. Perhaps I'm overthinking, but it sounds almost like the aim of the King's magic. You suppose there's some common inspiration? Still, I don't imagine this would turn out well in the real world. In public opinion, tribal perspective always divides us. Besides, does a decision made by the people guarantee it's right? Tribal squabbles aren't always political. Take us Clamars, for example. It can be hard for us to see outside the bubble of our own worldview. We're the majority, and the tribe of the royal bloodline besides. That privilege can make us insensitive. A problem with no easy solution, I fear. Lofty words. I can hardly come to terms with my own ideals. Still, the discussions helped clear my head a little. Thank you. I've been so fixated on killing Luis, but maybe we could look into whether that's really the only way to lift the curse. Sleep should come easier now. I think I'll give it another chance. Wait, how long have you been asleep?
Aw. You know, this really makes me wonder, because a bit ago, one of the executives for this game, like, I don't know if it was the director or producer or something, but he mentioned that at this time there isn't really much of a plan right now for a Metaphor sequel. Like, there's not much of a idea for a Metaphor sequel right now, so who knows what it could end up being. And because it's more of a moniker as opposed to any kind of direct storyline situation, that means that if there is going to be a sequel planned, it could be something completely separate where you don't need to play this first one, which would be kind of cool. It's just, I would understand that they probably don't want to think of sequels immediately, considering this game's release was huge and they're likely going to make all sorts of kinds of stuff regarding spin-offs, because this is an Atlas property. It may end up getting some spin-offs, it may end up getting some extra side content, either DLC or side games, side media, or what have you. It's just, it's too early, I feel, to say if whether or not a sequel would be in the works. I don't know. Do y'all ever find, like, because in the games industry, it almost feels like the expectation of sequels or DLCs should be happening almost immediately. Like, I've seen so many posts when a huge game releases of like, oh, this was really cool, when's the DLC? Oh, this is really cool, when's the sequel? Oh, this is really cool, when's more of this gonna come? And it's like, I get the excitement there, but I also would want for a game to at least just marinate in people's minds first before they decide to hit the play button for the next thing, you know? And I don't know, like for this, I'm fine with the idea of it being only the one game for a little while, you know? Like, I don't know how far apart releases of another Metaphor game would be, but I would like the idea that this game comes out, it sits out for a while, let other people come to it on their own time and experience it for themselves, and then the next one can come out maybe, say probably 5 years, maybe 6 years down the line. All that I pray for is just that in the event that they do decide, if Atlas does decide to do a sequel to this, that they don't just do what fucking Bethesda does with Elder Scrolls 6, where it's like clearly they have a game, but they just don't show shit after just a title drop of a trailer. Also, even ad break coming up in about 4.5 minutes, just a heads up. But yeah, I just wanted to say that because like I remember seeing that bit of news in an article and just thinking like, it's nice that the directors and producers of this are pretty open about how like, yes, we would want to do more with this setting or more with this property that we've made because we want another huge franchise like how we have with Shin Megami Tensei and Persona. But sequels right now, we're kind of up in the air about the idea. But I feel like it's gonna be a given considering how much this game is sold. Like what? It was like 1 million copies in the span of the first week? 3 days, I want to say? No, like easily first week at most. So it's successful, and it's been in a lot of people's minds, but I would understand that they may just want to think more on the ideas for a sequel as opposed to just wanting to get stuff greenlit immediately. Because the last thing I would want is for sequels to be announced and then either nothing happens for many years or they churn out a bunch of other sequels, but that model's not as prevalent nowadays. But yeah, in any case, yeah, the sequels to this, I'd look forward to the notion. I'd need to play more of the game to really see how I feel about the entire property, but I'm interested. So yeah, and Atlas has their problems when it comes to a lot of their games. I will not mince words on that front. They've made some dumb decisions. Mostly, I feel like a lot of it in part is also due to Sega's interference, but I at least trust them to make a good thing. And so far, they've been making good things. But I think right now, what people are really wanting to pay attention to is Persona 6. And literally all we know about that game is that its color scheme is going to be predominantly green. That's it. That's all we have. Nothing else. So I feel like if there was going to be any Atlas-based news for any game, news for any games, it would be Persona 6. For this, I don't know if there would be any kind of DLC plans whatsoever. As I said, I'm still fairly early into the story, so I have not experienced what all will be or what could be continued upon, but that'll just have to be a wait and see situation. Part of me wonders though that if people made enough, like, if people talked about the notion of maybe this Metaphor sequel having romance in it, that they would include it, because this game doesn't have dating and romance in it at all. Because the devs have just said like, that's not what our objective for this game was to have at all. You know, like we didn't want that because it just wasn't going to be fitting with our ideas of the story and the themes we have, which is fair, totally understandable. You don't need romance fully in a game to make it enjoyable. And as I said, with the sales numbers and the praise that it has earned, you can clearly see that you don't need that. It's just, I imagine a lot of people are like, oh man, that would have been nice to have, but I get it. But maybe in the sequel, who knows? We'll see.
Have you heard the news? The curtain's about to rise on the show of a lifetime. To choose our new ruler, we're going to give all of you a chance to take center stage in a show of power for the whole kingdom. And we call it the Tournament for the Throne. Our aspirants will set out on a grand tour of the 3 allied nations' capitals, taking part in a variety of exciting trials. First, we have the Exhibition of the Brave. slay a monster plaguing our fair people, and bring its head to Oceania's capital in time. Biggest find takes the win. Official word is, this event's open to all. So what do you think, ladies and gents? Are you in it to watch, or in it to win?
I'm in it to lurk. I'm in it to exclamation point lurk.
Stroll? Why call us so early in the morning? What is that journal?
I had Fabienne bring it up. Something occurred to me, so I asked her to go through Grius' personal effects.
Hey, looks like he was investigating the curse too.
There's a note here. Given the spell's complexity, it must have required a scribed formula.
All right, hate to pause here in the middle of a cutscene, but the ad break is about to start. So for the next 3 minutes, there's going to be a BRB screen, so take this time to... Well, it immediately starts. Okay, take this time to use the restroom, get yourself water, whatever you need to do. BRB. And we're back. Sorry about that. All right, we're good to go for the next hour. We now have no pre-rolls. Yep, let's go. Principality of Ocean. Actually, hold on. Beligea or Beliga Corridor. Ruins. Right. Yeah, one of the side quests we did involved us going to a location that had some ruins on it that had a big Minotaur demon. So we fought that and we did the win. And I think that's what unlocked the merchant job and the merchant bond. So I forget the merchants. Hold on. Don't I have Hulkenberg on Hulkenberg, Grius on Grius, Moore, Maria, Fabienne, or Fabienne, Brigitta. That's her name. Yeah, Brigitta or Brigitta. Brigitta. Yeah, she's cool. I like her. And she seems to also have a cat in her store.
Suggest.
Oh wait, actually, no, I was gonna see Oceania. Oceania, where are you? Principality of Oceania, one of the Kingdom of Eucronia's 3 constitute countries, occupying its westernmost lands. The Oceanian capital, the Oceanian capital, Port Brilhaven. That should be it. Port Brilhaven is the largest trade port in the kingdom, owing to a history of extensive sea route trade with civilians and pirates alike. It's been known for its powerful navy since before the Annex War, and a rich culture centered on its warriors of the sea. Cool.
Luis possesses a written composition of the curse somewhere. And if we can find that...
Yes. I'd wager, even if we can't kill Luis, we might still have a shot at breaking the curse.
But that attack took place years ago, didn't it? This curse's formula could be lost for good.
We have little choice but to hope.
Luis wrote it in Luis wrote the code for the curse in COBOL, and now it's outdated as shit, and you have to try and do file transfers to make the code for the curse updated to like Java or something.
It's not. I'm not saying it would be easy. And the real trick will be finding it. You wouldn't leave it unprotected.
That reminds me. A crier for the church was handing these out.
A flyer for the Tournament for the Throne. This popularity contest is state-sponsored now. An interesting gamble for those politicians. I like the bit about all this being in the interest of fairness, those weasels. But saying it's being organized by the state. The throne's empty. This smells like the theocracy at work. Probably Forden himself.
You think Forden's looking to fix the competition in his favor? He's been in first place this whole time.
In the interest of fairness, remember? If he wins a fair race, he gets legitimized, and Luis gets put on the back foot.
That bodes ill. Those with existing support could easily solidify their claim. Even should His Highness wake, he may lose the throne.
If we don't hurry and find a way to get close to Luis, we're sunk. What are we supposed to do?
We need a plan, and then we can take action. As an Elda, I'm an outcast in this city. I think that gives us an advantage here.
Let's enter this tournament for the throne.
Huh? Hey, were you even listening to us? Besides, the prince isn't exactly in a position to take part in...
Wait. It sounds crazy, but I think he might be onto something there. This could be just the excuse we need to get close to Luis. He doesn't care about your tribe so long as you prove capable, yes? That's what Zorba was saying. Which means, even though the world looks down on you as an elder, having the power to kill humans puts you in his good graces.
You're going to make him a candidate for the throne?
If all we need to do is get Luis's attention, then that's sure to get the job done. If we're lucky, he might even try to recruit us.
I see. An undercover operation, is it?
What?
Quite a gambit. But it may well be our best chance at finding this formula.
Just hold on a second. Getting Luis's attention is all well and good. But remember who's actually risking their life here.
Infiltrating Luis's ranks would be dangerous. If I'm found, I'd be as good as dead.
What do you think? Having heard all this, do you want to enter the running?
I'd say, well, I mean, yeah, we kind of have to, otherwise the game wouldn't happen. I just go, nah, never mind. Sounds like too much work. Rolls credits.
Of course I do.
No hesitation at all.
Right.
I'm reminded of the words the prince spoke to me in our youth.
In my ideal world, people can believe in their future. Their birth doesn't matter. No matter who someone is, they deserve a fair country. If it's to help achieve that, I will stand for the prince as a candidate for the throne.
Sheesh. So much for being a guide. Now you're the one leading me around.
Yeah, now you're just my now you're just able to shuffle my music. Hey, I'm kind of feeling in the mood for some the Strokes right now. You mind playing some of that? Because Gallica can play music I think, right? Like, that was part of her deals, that she scans enemies and plays music. All right.
Good heavens. Haven't you put yourself in enough danger? Listen to me. I don't want you going down the same path he did. Are you really this set on running off again?
I'll admit, I'm nervous.
I'll admit I'm nervous, but...
Of course you are. Who'd not be in this situation? I'll be cheering for you in this mess of a competition. Truth be told, I wish I could do more than feed and shelter you.
What's the competition?
It's a big, grand race to see who will be the next king. The whole country will be watching.
So you're going to try and become king? Wow! Then I'll cheer for you as loud as I can.
You have your first advocate, it seems.
Suppose you'll have to actually try for the throne now, eh? Your Majesty.
I hadn't thought of that.
I hadn't thought of that.
Is it even possible? Well, if we want Luis to notice you, we'll have
Oh god,
to
I have to figure out taxes now too.
Maybe reaching for the throne will do it.
Does that mean you're not coming back?
No, we'll be back. Although we might be a while.
I don't like when it gets lonely.
Maria.
But I'll be cheering for you. I hope you win the race. You be a good king.
We'll meet again.
We'll see each other again.
You better not forget.
Aww.
Now, we'd best get registration out of the way, but we'll need some legs for the journey. It's mostly lawless wastes between cities.
Judging by this specified deadline, we're unlikely to reach the Principality of Oceana's capital in time on foot.
I bet all these fancy nobles have their own gauntlet runners to ride in.
A carriage might save our chances, if we could find one. Perhaps we split up for now. I'll leave you two to the registration. They should be taking entrance at the recruitment center.
It's really funny to me that we have to full on register. Do you have a QR code for the race for the throne?
Excuse us, we're looking to join the tournament for the throne.
Aye? Bit young, ain't ya? And who's the kid? He with you?
I'm the one asking questions here.
I'm asking the questions here.
Did I just hear you right, mate?
Don't make him mad. You're gonna make this more difficult.
Well, I'd not have thought it, but you're an elder, ain't ya? And you want to be king. Well, the novelty of it might win you some looks.
Could you just do your job, please? Can he register or not?
Ah, an elder. Now that I think of it, weren't you in that pack of recruits that went off to the northern fort? Thought I heard they were all wiped out. What? We got a deserter turning up?
No, they said he'd just dragged the company down, so they left him at the capital. He, got on the captain's bad side.
Could swear I've seen you before, too. Well, hardly matters with no captain to verify it with.
Yeah, Captain kind of ran away like a pissant.
So nobody complains.
That was a close
Captain.
one.
And, obviously, you're gonna need a carriage. Otherwise, the whole thing's off for you.
The captain ran away to go hide in the bathroom and play Pokemon Pocket TCG for the next, 200 hours of this game?
You're obligated to attend the opening ceremony tomorrow. It'll be at the plaza at the Grand Cathedral. Don't be late.
All right.
We'll have to hope Hulkenberg can find us a carriage.
As for us, I expect we should see about finding a monster to slay. If it's not impressive
Could we go
enough,
back to fight the
we throw it
dragon?
twice at you.
Because a bit ago, during the demo, you had this optional fight to fight a dragon, and I didn't do it because I was too scared about dying a whole bunch, but I've seen it be done a lot, and I'm like, damn it, I wish I went for it now. So, I don't know if I could go back to those mines for it.
Bounties on monsters the guard can't handle. Let's take a look.
Oh, we already took care of 2. No, 1. We took care of 1 that was pretty significant.
Looks like everyone else had the same idea.
One of these bounties is bound to make me stand out. But which?
bigger is probably better.
Who's this?
Hang on. There's nothing but small-time contracts here.
You lot here for this tournament then? Bit slow, I'm afraid. Most of my worthiest monster bills have already been snapped up by other competitors.
How about requests on anything aside from monsters? Bounties include criminals too, right?
I suppose I've got one of those, yeah.
I've got one for this guy called Monkey D. Luffy. Says he wants to be king of the pirates or something like that. Bit daft, but he's got heart.
Let's see. Ugh, he's horrible. Heisme, a villainous kidnapper. Looks like the army's been trying to catch him for a while now.
This might just be perfect.
Who are you? Hello.
Who that is?
Animal print coat? Hello.
An ex-royal knight, they say. It makes short work of a scrawny little urchin. You can be sure of that. Besides, didn't you hear what it is they're actually looking for?
Oh, of course. It's about whoever can bring in the biggest monster head, right?
If you imbeciles can't even get that straight, you've no chance at winning. They want kingly types, not children play acting.
All right.
Stuck up little... Is that the kind of competition we can expect?
He was right about the rules, though. What are you thinking?
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
We're supposed to get a monster's head. So why are you going for a criminal? Any idea what he's up to?
Maybe his head is just exceptionally large. We don't need to win.
Maybe it's because we don't actually have to win?
Sharp as always, Captain. Don't worry, I'll explain everything later.
As long as you can convince
Because it's a matter of
Hulkenberg,
getting
I
good
guess.
reputation as opposed to actually
there.
winning.
Are you really taking the bounty on Heisme? You three must be heaven sent. Please, would you listen to our plight?
Yeah, we spotted you before.
Your pardon, gentlemen.
Barden, okay.
I'm Barden, a guard captain for Matira, a town to the south. The bounty on Heisme is up at my behest.
A guard captain? This fellow's made some powerful enemies.
We can't afford lenience. On top of his past crimes, Heisme has stooped to abducting our wee ones. Our children.
Oh.
Selling them off, some say. If our city becomes known for nightly disappearances, what sane resident would stay? Community and trade will dwindle and die.
But he's just a lone kidnapper, right? Even if he's some infamous criminal, why can't the guard handle it?
That's the trouble. He makes his hideout somewhere too dangerous for our soldiers to tread. Deep in the territory of vicious giant worms. We've no idea how he manages to operate out there without getting devoured himself.
I see. Tricky problem indeed.
I'd no choice but to swallow my pride and post a bounty. Yet no matter how many times I renew the bill, none have taken it. A pitiful sight, isn't it? A soldier who can't protect his home, whether by strength or by surrender. Laugh if you must.
You're not... We would never laugh at you. I would... You just, let's see. What happens whenever a posting like this probably wouldn't get any attention? Reward's too small, but... I feel like maybe if it's that desperate, they would increase the reward. We wouldn't laugh.
We would never laugh at such a plight.
You only cast away your honor in the name of protection. Nothing pitiful in that. Swallow your pride no more, man. We'll take your contract.
Ah, thanks to you. That you'd accept such a perilous request, even with this tournament looming over everything. Closure. Thank you all, and thank God for bringing you to me. In that case, we shall meet in Matira, the old castle type. Please, make haste.
So yeah, my guess is that this is meant to gain more favor within the capital,
Out of this now.
as far as how that is concerned.
Way I see it,
Because maybe the actual monster
impact this
race,
slate, it's going to take some
like that's for the church
Besides,
sponsor,
this is
but not
apparently
the
a
actual
knight
King's
turned
Decree.
kidnapper. The man can't be allowed to go on. What would His Royal Highness do in our place?
I guess that's fair.
I'll convince Hulkenberg. Somehow. You go on and accept the contract.
Because, I mean, just because the church is sponsoring this whole thing, it does not mean that you have to be beholden to the church's whims just to, you know, you don't have to be beholden to what they put down as rules for it, because this is all by the former king, not by the church. So yeah, I see where Stroll's coming from with this idea. It's to gain favor without having to play by the church's rules. Cool stuff.
True.
If a guard captain is struggling with this bounty, then I say it's the perfect target for us. I don't think many would take it out from under us, but you may as well grab the request besides. Makes it official.
Look at that.
Sure, a lot of wanted posters. All right. Don't tell me you're actually thinking of participating in the Tournament of the Throne, the audacity of the youth. All right. You look too unique to not have a portrait. Demo Man Goddard.
No, thank you.
The ideal leader of this country is a dignified man of great age, one with years of experience, and yet upstart school children like you and Luis dare to. It hardly matters. You won't be able to fight much longer, so struggle as you like. I'll be happy to give the eulogy at your funeral.
I suppose he's a candidate too. Not really, if he does not, you know. All right, head to Mart. Yep, there we go. 100,000, that's not a small sum. Increases courage too, fuck yeah, I'll take it. Cool, all right, so that's settled.
No registration issues, I trust?
No, indeed. And we found ourselves a perfect target.
Fine work.
Stroll.
See? She's convinced. Nothing to worry about. Don't worry about it. I'll prepare a map of the surrounding areas as well. But never mind that. Have you found us a kingly carriage?
Well, I have made some arrangements. How best to put it? The vessel itself is without peer. Supposedly, it will come to us on the day of the opening ceremony.
Supposedly?
You don't sound too sure about that.
I don't like the supposedly.
No, I'm certain. All I mean to say is, well, you shall soon see for yourself.
Well, under the circumstances, I'll take what we can get. And setting that up in a day. Not so bad having a knight on our side.
You needn't speak so. In truth, I've just resigned from the Knight's Order. Though 'tis only my bond of service I relinquish, not my title. We will shortly be seeking Luis's esteem. Should it come to light that I am a knight in active service, it may jeopardize our efforts.
Still, you didn't hesitate to leave. I can tell you're serious about this.
'Twas not an abrupt parting. I've come to doubt the Order since returning to find them serving the Santifex and not the Royals. Those who refused the Church's rule were cast out for their defiance. I only hope those fallen knights found useful employ elsewhere.
Sounds like you've been through a lot too.
They're now put down as administrative assistants or
contract now.
Or
let's make sure we get some
like warehouse work. They have to get forklift certified.
Let's rest.
It's too late for you, Luis. I'm now forklift certified.
All right, so can we just rest up for tomorrow? Can we go out? Tomorrow's the opening ceremony. I shouldn't go out right now. Oh.
Now then.
Our preparations seem to be proceeding without issue. Well, apart from one massive overturned uncertainty. Never mind. Forgive my mutterings. Just please do not be surprised no matter what we're presented with.
Don't push yourself too
Tomorrow you
much.
depart, Maria will surely miss you dearly, so please come back and say hello when you can. Even if it's only every once in a while. Okay, anything in here? No.
Hello.
I decided I'm heading for Brilehaven. It's much too boring just to spend my days at the inn. I'm going to see that so-called exhibition for myself. Goodbye, Elder. You'd do well to see the world too someday.
Hey.
I asked for Fabienne for a map of Matria, and she gave me the one from Greece as personal effects. It covers all of the main roads. We may have found one in town, but military maps aren't always. But a military map always has more details.
Yeah.
Fabienne.
I almost did it again.
Fabienne continues to be our anchor. To pay her back, let's achieve our goals.
All right.
Well met, eh?
Hey, will you be staying at this inn for some time? I'd like to, but...
So you like it here too? Then you're one of us. Well, wherever it is that you end up going, be sure to come see Maria and Fabienne again. It's not that it's really my concern, but those two seem to like you a lot. All right, nothing else new. Hey man, you got info?
Fancy a bit of info.
Do you have info on... No, doesn't have any info on the guy we're trying to search for. All right, yeah, nothing. Can we talk to Maria? I haven't seen Maria since I came back from the recruitment center. I wonder if something's wrong. Okay, we can't talk to her. And that's just the guest room, okay. Let's sleep. Can't do anything else, God forbid. All right.
Can I come in?
Is Maria an auto progress bond? What's wrong?
What's wrong?
Well, you're all leaving tomorrow, right? I'll be cheering for you. So I just... Oh no. I promised Miss Fabienne I wouldn't cry.
I won't tell her.
It's all right. I won't tell her.
Papa was trying to stop a bad man, you said. And that's what you're all doing too, isn't it? Please come back home safe. I'll be waiting here as long as it takes.
It's a promise.
It's a promise.
All right. Promise? The next time I see you again, can you tell me more about the outside world?
This one's important.
Promising returns. Maria is waiting for us to return home and regale her with tales of the strange and distant places we visited. Okay.
I never got a chance to say this
Tell her
to
about the St. Louis metal bean.
Thank you. I'll go to bed now.
Captain, may I have a moment?
Good night.
I was hoping for a chance to speak before we set out. Since our meeting, I've done nothing but impose on you. Now, you risk your very life for this cause. 'Tis no easy burden. It pains me to see. When I think of how this may yet save His Highness, I lose sight of all else. Such disregard ill becomes me.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
'Tis kind of you to say. But that book, we met once before, on a carriage bound for the capital. Do you recall?
Yes, because you're quite literally the only person I've met that has bright red hair. I do.
Now that you mention it, I do.
My apologies. I thought only to minimize casualties, one way or another. So, 'tis a novel envisioning an ideal world. Curious to see a utopian novel these days. I'd thought them long since banned. Ah, you needn't worry. I've no intention of taking it from you. I've sometimes wondered why such books were forbidden. Rumors say the Sanctists objected to their contents. Yet I wonder, how could a simple book have possibly stung them so? Do you mind if I read a passage?
Because if people got to read a thing that makes a more idealized version of a world, or creates an ideal world, they're like, hey, what if we made our world like that? And then the Sanctists are like, hey, we need to keep our control.
Leader is decided. In this country, one cannot become even a statesman, much less sovereign, without the consent of the people. Those who aspire to statecraft must first solemnly swear before the people what they will do in service of their country. Should they earn title but break their word, they are denounced and stripped of
Oh
power.
god, if only it were that fucking good in real life.
In this way, it is the people who are the land's true king. Quite the opposite of our own country. Now,
Oh, I just noticed she's got like a little rose on her choker. That's nice. That's really cool.
Accountability, perhaps His Royal Highness would not have suffered such a fate. No. As a knight, 'tis not my place to say. I must clear my head of these fantasies. In the end, clinging to a dream will do me no good. Oh, I suppose 'tis not so bad to dream now and then. It takes power to walk the path of our dearest hopes. Perhaps that is the purpose of this newfound strength. My dearest dream. 'Tis to save His Highness, even at the cost of my life. Nothing more.
All right.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
So now we go do this bounty. Ooh. New character?
Juna!
Juna. Oh, I think I know who this is. I think I've seen her before in posts. Yeah, people like her.
Faraway sky, blue and clear. Echo my wish, so that all may hear. One and all born to this land, as here we stand. Let us greet the rising dawn, hand in hand. Faraway sky.
The barking dogs in the background really add to the ambiance of the song.
So clear.
I just picture like for her character portrait, people just play tic-tac-toe on her forehead. Because that's kind of the joke I've been seeing with a lot of characters that have very pronounced foreheads.
Even I'm feeling the heat. Well, I suppose it's time to fan the flames. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and all to the inauguration of the Tournament for the Throne! For the first time, the crown is anyone's to claim, as long as the aspirants can complete 3 grueling challenges.
Wow, a Sanctus Crier! He's perfect for this!
Let's discuss the venues. We kick off in the west, in the Pearl of the Coast, the Principality of Oceania's harbour city capital, Port Brilehaven.
Brilehaven,
There,
okay.
They face their first challenge, the Exhibition of the Brave. Each contender must bring back the head of a monster, a mark of their prowess and courage. Next, our would-be monarchs head east. Upon the misty peaks, we arrive in the Principality of Montario's beautiful city of faith, Altaberry Heights. And finally, our heroes make their well-deserved return home to Grand Trad. But first, let's do introductions. It's time to meet those risking their lives for the crown. Closest to the throne, I know him, you know him. It's Sanctism's one and only 78th Sanctifex, His Eminence, Forden! Victory to
Forden,
Sanctifex
he's built
Forden!
Ford tough.
I claim no great ambition, nor any heated calls to action. All I wish is to restore order for our people and to safeguard our land from the threats beyond. This chaos we face is but one of God's many trials. Let us restore our kingdom's glory together!
Moving right along, we come next to His Eminence's champion, the very spear in his hand, the warrior monk captain of the Crown Theocracy, Master Giddo!
I come before you only in loyal service of His Eminence. I relinquish the throne to him gladly. But those who would seize the crown by force, I will teach you to fear God and to fear me!
So much for this being a fair competition. How many horses do the Sanctus have in this race?
I see. Flood the competition with a bunch of Sanctus followers, and if they win, they're like, oh, I abdicate for Forden.
Where's Count Louise?
Hence the whole sponsorship situation there.
Right, all right, settle down. At this time, I can report that Count Luis has not applied to enter the tournament.
What? He's not even entering?
Then what becomes of us? Our entire purpose in this race was to get closer to him.
Don't worry. He's definitely paying attention. He's only in second as it is, so we can't afford to ignore this whole production. Sit tight. I'm sure he'll make a move soon.
All right, all right. For those Count Luis supporters,
Really interesting to
you
see an
might want
Atlas
to
game with
meet our
3D
next
graphic
entrant.
cutscenes that last as long as
A
this.
rising socialite, a man of ambition, godless and fearless, the brash young warrior serving Count Luis, Gladel, the Black Hound.
Him? So he was one of Luis's men.
The fallen king embraced sanctism and all its holy tenets, and for what? He was nothing before Lord Luis. Look to the sky all you wish. No god can save you! What our country needs is power!
Well, it's not quite all the contenders, but let's get on with the introductions. The great liberal merchant, it's Roger Ward. By war, by conquest, by right, it's Rudolph Kraus. In it more for the gauntlet runners than the throne, it's Lena Caden. Sure to be popular by pledging free drinks for life, it's Loveless O'Shea.
What?
Uplifting the beautiful.
That was a Disco Elysium ass looking jacket.
It's Milo Maurizio.
Wow. If we lose this, I think the country has some even bigger problems.
Now, I do believe we have one final candidate. Do we have an Elden boy present? Come on, let's see a face.
What? An elder? Disgraceful. Is this the only way you could think to distinguish yourself?
I don't know, do a backflip. That'll win the crowd.
By the way, the ride you applied with still hasn't arrived. And if it doesn't show up by the time the noon bell rings, you're disqualified. All right?
Hey! What's going on?
That nitwit! What is he doing?
Oh, anime cutscenes.
So, contestants, are you ready?
Yeah, our Uber driver hasn't shown up yet.
What? Last, I say! Wait! Found your behave!
A land runner?
It's quick!
Wait, it's headed right for the...
It'll crash! Whoa!
Well, there's untold property damage.
What the heck is that?
Wonderful. So much for a first impression.
What ho? Isn't he a marvel, chums?
You don't! You nearly brought down the cathedral!
Have a care, you fool. It was bad enough when Luis did it the first time.
That feckless, shameless old fool!
Not bad, kid. Guess you've got some interesting tricks up your sleeve after all. Right! I'd call that a full roster. Ladies and gentlemen, race across the land. Go! Prove yourself worthy and earn your crown. For the people, for the throne. Let the games begin!
So yeah, I guess it would make sense that Luis himself would not show up for the competition because he kind of sees the competition for what it is too, but he does go like, okay, hey, Grodel, you do it in my stead so that I can still win favor. So it's because it's like representatives instead of actually them.
It's incredible!
Okay, so that's the deal. We have our transport now. Oh. I ended up standing out more than I expected. I've gained a lot of interest, but I only consider this as a part of my mission to aid the prince.
Just a sec.
Whoa, what's with this thing? This is our carriage?
Can you hear me?
Shall I run her along the main road then? The others seem to be doing as much.
You're just as crazy as this runner. I'll take the compliment, little lady. Now let's have some coordinates for that little test run. What is happening right now? What is happening right now? We want to go to a place called Martira. Old Castletown, I think. Should be a way south. Oh, do we have camping sections? Okay, yeah, we have desert camp, rock den camp, verdant camp.
This place.
Wow.
Down to Martira, eh? On this craft's legs. Oh, I'd say that'll be 4 days, 3 nights about.
Oh.
4 days and 3 nights. That's a great deal faster than a carriage. And surely the roads will be safer than in that kind of speed. Or at that kind of speed. Bally good. Now, cinch those britches, is that right? Cinch those britches, chaps. Full steam ahead to Martina, Old Castletown.
This is amazing! I don't know a thing about gauntlet runners, but even I can tell this is a hell of a craft. I can hardly believe she's ours to drive.
You're telling me, lad? Feels like ages since I've been out on the open road. This girl's been waiting long enough for her time to shine.
So this is what you used to talk with the driver? Convenient, that. Look, old fellow, are you really on our side? You realize we don't have funds to pay you.
Money? Ha! I'm not in this for the money, boy. What I want is a little gusto. What do you think, lad? Isn't this a rush?
It is at that. Like riding the wind.
That's the ticket. It's been so long since I've had a good chinwag.
Brilliant, isn't it?
Is it safe?
Is this really safe?
Fast enough to make you wet your waders, eh? I know. She's the quickest I've ever
Wet
been.
your waders. I have never heard that phrase before. That's a new one.
You certainly are a different person behind the wheel.
Hey, Hulkenberg! Can we get an explanation yet?
That man is Neurus. An Ishkia, if 'twas not obvious from the wings. And despite everything, he was heir to a noble house and personal machinist for the royal family.
What?
He's a master engineer, of course, positively peerless. But as you can see, the runners get him a bit excitable.
He's the type to probably get a stick shift car and be like, this is the greatest thrill I've had ever. I'm basically half chub driving this thing.
Neurus, are you there? I'm coming in. Even amidst all this commotion in town, I find you buried in your work.
Too much to do.
As always. To business, then. I must ask a favor. Would you be able to ready a carriage for me?
No new commissions. No time for them. Ask another right.
It is not the new one I require. Before His Highness disappeared, did you not accept a contract to build him a custom carriage? Without a formal owner, I reasoned that it must now lie unused. I was hoping I might borrow it a short while.
But, pish and tosh, woman. She is for royal use and naught else.
'Tis an unreasonable request, I know. But I'd not be asking without a grave need. Might I at least see it?
I mean, well,
'Twas specially made for His Highness, yes? Not a work you'd have sold off. Where lies it now?
I've deadlines to meet, dash it. Off with you now. Leave me be.
You've been acting stranger than usual. What ails you?
You know what? I'm curious. What Ishka said? Ishka, she mentioned. Where is it? Where's the? Ishkia, a tribe recognizable for their avian wings as well as their almond eyes and long eyelashes. Though the fewest in number of the 8 tribes, they have a reputation for their intelligence, giving them a strong presence in bigger cities. Many find higher status in intellectual labor, such as scholars and sanctors and the like, making it not uncommon for Ishkia to be wealthy. Okay.
Good God. Is this a gauntlet runner? The very craft commissioned for His Highness the Prince? Even knowing His Highness was gone.
Aww.
Still you toiled away. Oh, Nuras, you are an inspiration. Such nobility of purpose.
Yes. Right.
However, for a craft meant for the royal family, it is rather excessive, isn't it? Did you really build this vehicle exactly to their orders? You cannot mean...
Well, at first, certainly. I followed the blueprints exactly.
Oh.
But then His Highness died. And,
I made it my bitching ride.
Well,
Yes, I wear
let
the...
the old girl waste away. A masterpiece like her?
It even has Bluetooth, Hulkenberg! Bluetooth!
No! Unacceptable! Unthinkable! I'm working toward a dream. And this poor old girl is going to help me see it through. And then, finally...
You imbecile! A lowly, brazen court engineer butchering His Highness's inheritance for a hobby! For this mania! You embezzled the royal treasury and disrespected his legacy! Treason!
Mercy, please! Look, take my head if you must, milady. But leave the value runner alone.
Look, this runner... It is fully operational now, is it? Then I suggest you cooperate. For both our sakes. Finish your tinkering by tomorrow and bring it to the Grand Cathedral as soon as you can.
Eh? What's all this now? You play the proud soldier at me and then pluck it for your own schemes?
'Tis no scheme. I would use it for His Highness's sake.
For His Highness, eh? Hold a tick. Haven't you been looking for him? Wandering across God knows where, last I heard. So if you're back now and now you want a gauntlet runner for His Highness? Is His Highness still alive? That's it! I've got you, haven't I?
'Twas His Highness who gave you refuge while you were only a heretical scholar condemned by the Sanctists. The time has come to repay His mercy.
Understood.
All right, so that's how it happened. Cool.
Is that enough? Can this old duck really handle an undercover operation?
I know what you're thinking, but 'tis at least true that he feels an undying debt of gratitude to the royal family.
Pish and tosh, boy. A little faith. Not to brag, but this old duck's craft might be the fastest gauntlet runner in the kingdom. Why, probably the world. I think. Maybe.
How encouraging.
Get it up to 88 miles an hour and you're going to see some crazy shit.
As fast as she can go. Show her off to the world. And you? Well, I presume you'd rather work together than have to walk, eh?
I don't know about this, but I guess we'll just have to trust him. What do you think?
Better than nothing.
Better than no support at all, isn't it?
Besides, lad, you'll not find a faster machine than this.
Either way, he knows the prince is alive, so we can't just leave him to his own devices. We're all in the same boat. Or runner, I guess.
You lot can handle the fighting, and I'll handle all the driving and grease work. Just make sure you've got a proper plan for all this mess now.
This guy's got no filter. But he has a point. We do need to talk strategy.
All right.
So, summing up. Our first trial is to slay a monster. We take its head as proof, then get it to the goal line before the deadline.
So are we just gonna decapitate the kidnapper? What's going on here?
Rhylehaven, the capital of the Western Principality of Oceania. It'd be a trek on foot, but this gauntlet runner should make it a snap.
So getting the bounty's head is our next move. And our target is a nefarious criminal who's been kidnapping and selling off children. Right?
A criminal? Did the task not specify a monster's head?
Don't worry, all part of the plan. We don't need to win this thing. We just need to get Luis's attention. Everyone's going to show up with monster heads, and we shake things up with a felon. A knight-turned-kidnapper at that.
Right,
Shows them
yeah.
we're there for justice.
But to deliberately violate the rules, we risk being disqualified.
The Sanctism rules, or the rules from the Sanctism people sponsoring, not the actual rules of the game.
And thereby, Luis's. I do understand the intent.
Yeah, with the attention of the people and Luis, like the church is just doing their own thing and sponsoring this show. So yeah, I think it's a good. I think it works.
I think it's a perfect idea.
Makes sense, doesn't it? The bounty's Heisme, an ex-knight. I realize that's a little close to home, Hulkenberg, so if you'd rather hang back.
No. His title is precisely why I cannot let his atrocities stand. And yet, 'tis strange indeed that we are hunting a mere man when the trial demands a monster. Then
But what if
again,
man
our true
is the
aim to
monster?
own the ambition of others. Our fate rests in this plan of yours, Stroll.
Thank you. I'll try to ensure your trust isn't misplaced.
Righto. Then our course is set. Feel free to use anything in the gauntlet runner. Even got a bathing room if you could use a wash.
Good to know. We can always look around more thoroughly later.
Yes.
Have you got sparkling water in the fridge? What's a sparkling water?
I'm a tinkerer and not much else. All my fighting happens in the old workshop. But I'll take you wherever you're going for your sake and mine. After all, the wilds out there are no berry picnic. Oh no. It's a den of wild beasts and savage scoundrels. And we'll not get past it without days on the road together. So, if you need anything besides a steady hand on the wheel, give me a hoot. Bound to find me in the cockpit or the engine room.
He's certainly an eccentric, but he doesn't seem like a bad person. We'll get used to him, I suppose.
All right, the Gauntlet Runner. The Gauntlet Runner has various areas for different activities, such as the strategy room, the lounge, and the kitchen. You can also visit Academia by finding more and interacting with him. Let's visit the engineer room first. Take your time and have a look around on your way there.
Oh, yeah?
All right, let's see what the engine room's like. Well, first, though, map showing the surrounding area and our destination.
Let's see here.
Where we're at right now. Okay, so yeah, we're still in day one of travel. Stroll? A carriage can't begin to compete with a gauntlet runner's speed. I suppose they've earned their reputation. That I'm only in constant fear of losing my lunch is far from ideal, but once I'm used to it, I'm sure the journey will be pleasant. He's got to take some Dramamine to make sure his motion sickness goes away. I know that pain, Stroll. The runner makes a smooth ride, at least. Eccentricities aside, he's certainly earned his title as court engineer. That said, I'm more concerned with his unseen workings. I do hope he hasn't made any dubious additions. I've set and installed a monitor that plays Cats 2019 on repeat.
This is...
Ooh. Cooking stuff, okay. Not now, there's more pressing matters at hand. Don't need to take a fat dump right now. Wow, this room remains for bathing. We can just hop in and take a bath. Now that I could get used to. I call the first dip.
Hey!
Were you just going to stride up and strip nude? Where do you think you are? Unacceptable.
Really?
It's a bathing room. Oh, right, ought to mention, no running water yet. Working on it. Damn. Unacceptable. That sucks. So this is the kitchen. Stocked with food suitable for a long journey. I would prefer to cook it first before eating it. Protagonist is probably the type to want to toast his Pop-Tarts then. These beds seem pretty small. Wow. Just holes to sleep in. Back deck. What is this? A lot of books lined up here. So this is like this is probably the lounge and reading area. Okay. Let's take a look at the back deck. Oh, hello. Oh, crazy. Cool. You can even see other crafts in the air. That's fun. Neat. Okay. Let's see. This is Watchtower. Let's take a look. Also, ad starting in 5 minutes.
I wonder.
Yeah, if I were probably writing this thing, my motion sickness would probably be going off like crazy too. Especially if this is a multi-day trip. This door must lead to the end of the Gauntlet Runner. It's locked tightly to prevent accidental entry. All right, stairs to cockpit. Mind the rope, lad. Wouldn't want you going overboard. Okay. Apparently Neurus can speak to us from the cockpit through these bent metal tubes. Okay, well, we've seen plenty.
I wonder.
Hold on, pantry? Okay, that's there. Engine room corridor. Here we go. Hey, there's more. Washing machine. Machine that does laundry handmade by Neurus. Seems there's nothing in it at the moment. Well, we need running water to do that, so still no. Oh, hello. Is that a fucking heart? I wonder what makes this thing run.
Hello?
First time on a Gauntlet Runner, eh? Oh, that scared me. Looks like that pipe's in here too. Called a runner phone. There's one in every room. Now, I believe I heard you speculating on the old girl's inner workings. Gauntlet runners use magma crystals as fuel to run, you see. Did it have to be in the shape of a heart? That's kind of weird. Used to be you'd take your life in your hands when you traveled the wilds. Then, thanks to the kingdom's greatest minds, the Gauntlet Runner was born. The runner's actual legs are based on a colossal beasts made from zero momentum loss, even on the roughest terrain. Not rarest terrain. Among other things, I've modified this craft with a bit more zip and speed. Another step closer to my dream. What dream? Long story, my girl. Best told to a captive audience with no plans for the next few days and nights. Never mind then. Maybe some other time. Anyway, still plenty about the old girl that's a work in progress. But by the time I'm done, she'll have some new tricks. You'll just watch. Gauntlet Runner combat, watch that be a thing. We have it like how Assassin's Creed 4 had ship battles. It'll be sunset before long, so start thinking about bedding down for the night. Can't run in the dark, and the old girl needs to rest as much as we do. Okay. Gauntlet Runner activities. You will continue towards your destination while spending time on the Gauntlet Runner. Utilize its facilities to obtain items, raise abilities, or do other things you wouldn't be able to do in town. Try using the kitchen, reading books at the bookshelf, or using the washing machine. More activities will become available over time. You can also spend time with your allies while traveling, which may help improve your virtues. At the end of the day, the choice is yours. Okay, but I want to talk to more.
Now, where was I?
Do you have anything new to say now that I have a sick ride? Nothing new? Okay.
Please, do make yourself.
Yeah, nothing new. So, I thought more on the prospect of having... Let's see, Hulkenberg, you've got... Hulkenberg currently has the archetype of the warrior, so... Did I give... I think I gave Strollback the warrior too.
Hello.
So I'm back on Seeker, Warrior, Warrior. Okay. Yeah, I feel like maybe I could diversify a bit more, but I think I want to hold off on that for now. So, yeah. Maybe I could make someone a healer. Stroll I want to make pretty primarily attack. Hulkenberg I want to make a tank. That's mage. Need to rank up more with Gallica. I feel like Gallica... Let's go with mage. I want to get mage up more. But we have ad break coming up, so take the next 3 minutes, get yourself some water, use the restroom, stretch what you need to do. BRB. And we're back. Thank you for your patience, everybody. So now that we're good on that front, I think it would be a wise idea to go back to mage, because considering Gallica's whole progression line with her bond may be more plot-based as opposed to side activity-based like the others, I think it'd be a good idea. All right, what's the deal here? Upright cleaning tool. This weird tool is actually a cleaning igniter that Nereus modified to create wind that collects dust. Pretty nifty. I know it's hard, but all the lifting and bending over sure strengthens your legs, yeah? Oh, max HP.
Got it.
I see. So Nereus invented the vacuum cleaner. Okay. Small cabinet. Some unique items are lined up here. Nereus' personal belongings, I think. Okay. I never smelled this fragrance before. I can't tell whether it's used for food or fuel. There's a nifty fluffy bag that's perfect for sitting on. If I sat on it, I don't think I'd be able to move. Oh, he also invented like a beanbag chair. All right. Oh, Nero said he got the kitchen up and running. If you're hungry, would you fancy a meal? I hardly consider myself a chef of any great skill, but Stroll said he wanted to try some of the recipes he learned at the Hushed Honeybee. Okay. And Stroll is napping.
I feel drunk.
Don't barf here.
Sorry. I'll survive. I can handle the swaying of a carriage, but this? It's another beast. I'll need to learn to endure it.
It's a real shame that this world doesn't have Dramamine. Just knock him out for a couple hours. Can I poop now? I can poop now.
Right.
Okay, so I learned a fun thing, and I'm gonna keep this in mind for future times I'm here. Apparently, if you use the bathroom in here on a day that's divisible by the number 5, you get a luck boost. So I don't know what the correlation is there, but I'll keep that in mind, because free luck from taking a shit. All right, that doesn't work now. And we searched the pantry in today. Use the Gauntlet Runner's cooking table to whip up some food for you and your allies. Eating prepared meals can grant your party various positive effects. To cook, you'll need ingredients. Buy them, win them, or find them lying around. Try to experiment as much as possible. After you've made every dish at least once, you may learn how to create the ultimate culinary masterpiece. You just create that ultimate candy from Jimmy Neutron that made everybody go crazy. Remember that episode? It was just Jimmy made these little purple candies that just had every flavor in it, and they got really addictive. Okay. Holy shit.
We gotta cook, Jesse.
Let's see, so we've made one of those. Restores 250 HP and cures poison. Cures status ailments for all allies. I see. Well, we can only make that, so let's cook that.
Let's check.
Now then.
For as often as we simply refer to our meals as meat, something to keep in mind is where it's cut from. The taste and texture can change dramatically, you know. Each type of cut has an ideal preparation, and if you do it well, it turns out tender and delicious. Something to strive for, wouldn't you say?
Speaking of.
So what kind of cut do we have here? But never you mind. Just leave it, that's there.
I can't read today. Just leave this to me. I began preparing the food with Stroll. Ah, he's doing skewers, okay.
Watch your meat and adjust the heat. So it goes. Although it depends on what your preference is, really. Unless you like well done, otherwise I ask you to leave. It's nearly time. No, it is time. Strike now.
All right.
Yes, not bad so far. See the juices here. There's your proof this is turning out delicious. We'll add a little something for the aroma and we're done. But just a little, or to overshadow the flavor.
Amazing. Stroll and I made a delicious looking dish cooked to perfection.
This curative
coney? Think coney.
It's curative coney roast. Smells great, doesn't it? Now imagine how it tastes.
Cool. And now we have something that can cure poison.
The Gauntlet Runner arrives at the desert camp as the scorching sun sinks below the horizon, and the curtain of night falls over the land. Protected within the stalwart hull of the Gauntlet Runner, the party gains a short, peaceful respite.
So we have to keep in mind that it's multiple days that this travel stuff can take. At night, the vast wilderness outside town is ensconced with darkness. Ensconced, not esconded. Ensconced with darkness. Forcing your way through the unmarked terrain is very dangerous, even with a stalwart gauntlet runner. Instead, establish camp somewhere safe. You can resume your travels the next morning. While at an encampment, you can use any of the facilities on the Gauntlet Runner like usual, but you can also reminisce about the journey with your allies. Give it a try. 3 days. Our first time camping in the Gauntlet Runner. I'm kinda excited, but it'll be a long night, so why not spend some time relaxing with someone? Where's Hulkenberg? Stroll's here. Is Hulkenberg up top? Okay, Royal Virtues. Imagination. So far, my lowest stat is actually Eloquence, which is fair. I too have a hard time saying words. Okay, so Imagination from Stroll, and from Hulkenberg. Where are you? There you are. Also Imagination. Let's see. Hulkenberg, I have a max rank of... Let me see. Where's my bonds?
What now?
Bonds. Followers. 2, 3, 2. Let's spend time with Hulkenberg since we only have a max of 2 with her.
Well met.
Ah, well met. I don't suppose you're as overburdened with free time as I am. I'm certainly no stranger to traveling, but I've no idea how to spend idle hours. If the idea appeals, might we talk a bit? On my imagination. Yeah. I don't know if this will affect if she'll want to hang out with me in town after we're back from this, but we'll see. This power we've awoken to. I have all sorts of questions, but what I really find curious are these forms we take on. Each has their unique aspects, but one bit they all have in common is their armor-like appearance. What do you make of that? It's bizarre. It's bizarre, like of a JoJo's variety. True. The designs do set them apart, but it was not their actual appearance I meant to ask about. In my opinion, the armor encloses the raging forces within us, allowing us to direct that power as one directs a horse by its reins. It is said people lose their magic because they refuse to confront their fears and anxieties, forever unaware of that power lurking within them. Is that not then the very condition to awaken our slumbering power? Also hence why it is so exhausting and why it cannot be maintained for long. The ravenous appetite I had afterwards is proof. We do well to practice diligence maintaining our food reserves. Okay. Imagination increased. So you get really hungry after transforming. Cool. It's getting quite late, but we've a ways to go yet, so I would very much like to continue chatting with you. All right, cool. Hulkenberg and I talked for a while. Where did...
Time marches on.
Oh, sorry, I thought that was regular money. Nope. It was more Magla stuff. Okay. All right. I aim to poop on this day since it's divisible by 5.
Good morning.
Top of the morning to you, my dear passengers. I trust that sleeping quarters more than exceed your expectations, eh?
True.
They were better than I'd feared, considering how tiny they are. But I've got a question of my own. Isn't the desert sand going to do a number on this runner? My boy, remember who maintains this rugged girl. Not nary a grain of sand could fit between her seams, I assure you. Regardless, we'll be leaving these arid dunes behind tomorrow.
I knew it!
Wow, runners really are neat, aren't they? A carriage would never be able to get through the desert this fast. But just keep an eye on the road, okay, Nurus? All right, cool. We'll arrive in Martira in 2 days, huh? Oh. All right, let's see if this works. Use toilet. Ah, I've got it. Got what? What is it?
Right.
I feel as though being in that small space has sharpened my mind. Protagonist's luck increased by 1. Why? Why does luck on a divisible day by 5 when you're taking a shit? That's such a weird thing. Why? I don't get it. Okay, so there's also courage. Wisdom's currently my highest, so I'm not gonna do that. It said laundry room, right? Let's go down. What does the laundry room do for me? Washing machine. It's nearest his homemade washing machine. Washing clothes can sometimes cleanse the mind too. Oh, max MP.
Understood.
I think we're fine, actually. I want to focus on raising my virtues right now. So let's go with Stroll, since I don't have the courage fully.
Hey. Hey, good timing. I was about to do some maintenance on my weapons. If you've got the time, why not join me? It's as refreshing for the mind as is for our battles.
Yeah. Hone weapons.
Now then.
I'll look at your blade then.
Got a moment?
You'll think I'm getting ahead of myself here, but after things settle down, I'd like to live without the sword. I admire the idea of a world where monsters and senseless violence don't exist, where nothing is taken from you by others.
I'm shocked that they're able to do this kind of maintenance when you're just bumping along like this. Like, I don't know how steady that is, but it does not look steady.
That's why, one day, I want to restore my ruined hometown to its former glory. And not just mine, all the ruined hometowns.
Hey.
How about you? I shared my plans. Let's hear yours. What do you do when the fight's over?
I want to travel.
So that means...
I think I'd want to travel.
Oh, I see.
To go where the wind takes you. I take it that does sound... To go where the wind takes you, I take it. That does sound nice. I've got to get stronger. Even if the villages get rebuilt, it's all for naught if it's attacked by monsters again. I want to be strong enough to rid this country of monsters. Not leave it to a spineless army and its incompetent generals. They only have the power to kill those who oppose them. They have no desire to protect their people. Just like Luis.
We'll fight for change.
Look at that.
I want to do something about that too.
Yeah, I agree. But seeing the state of our country's army, I'm all the more glad you're our captain, truly. You've resolved to stand on the front line of our fight, so it's only right that you lead. Our fight, I say. I forced my way into your mission.
Hey.
I envy you sometimes, you know? To act with such conviction. How does one become so bold?
I just do whatever.
Well...
I kind of just do whatever strikes me in the moment.
What the...
Oh, you do not. I think it's the way you keep cool under pressure is what makes you so reliable. All this to say, I have faith in you. We've more battles ahead, and I'll be counting on you to get us through them. In the end, the king will be determined by what the people think of as justice. They're free to make their choices. So is the one being chosen. They're free to make their choices, but so is the one being chosen. I wonder who it'll end up being after all this.
All right.
Anyway, this sword's shining like new. Let's finish this up.
Carrying my weapons, caring for my weapons, increased courage. Ooh, big courage boost. A level 2. Nice.
Courage.
If thou aspires to true sovereignty, kindle the flame of thy courage to ignite the hearts of thy people. A conqueror needs that precious kindling with which a follower's passion may be inflamed. Cool. I spent some time with Stroll honing our weapons. Ooh, big boost there.
I say, we could stop for a break.
Ahoy, break time, chums. There's something up ahead, so we'll be stopping there.
Coming now into view is the Tree of Prophecy, a resplendent tapestry of color against the backdrop of the bleak desert. One theory is that the tree's roots gorge on the land's magla, and still another is that it gorges on those enraptured by its colorful foliage, as though themselves snared by the bewitching magla surrounding the tree. The gauntlet runner comes to a stop at its base.
Here we are. Shall we get a closer look? Oh, that's sick. Ooh, I like the look of that. Wow, it's so pretty.
It's not just the leaves. It's as though the whole area has been painted red.
certainly.
This place calls to mind a picture book I read as a child. It told of a great tree located somewhere within the country, whose colors shifted to foretell unusual events in the times ahead. How exactly would a tree foretell the future? And how does a plant grow this huge in the middle of a desert? I'm not sure if this explains it, but I'm sensing an incredible amount of magla in the air here. If your hypothesis is correct, that would make this no mere tree, no sir, but a magical organism that feeds off magla. As a matter of scientific research, I must document this discovery. Nero's pulled a sheet of paper and brush from his pocket and began to draw the landscape in front of him.
Hey.
Wow, Neros, how'd you get so good at drawing? Ah, my boy, meticulous documentation is the foundation of all good research. There you have it. I'm finished. Take it as a keepsake. You're giving it to me?
Yeah.
Yes, of course. I've already committed it all to the safety of my mind. I have no need for the sketch itself anymore. So Rias is like me, where like you have the documentation there in case you need to refer to it, but once you have it memorized, you're good. Research picture. The drawing is intricately detailed and could accurately convey the full majesty of this place to a viewer who has never been there.
Hey there.
He charges me like $500 for it. He's like, all right, I've got this entire background set for you. That'll be $500, please.
Why don't we give that to Maria? I bet she'd love to see something from our journey, and we could tell her a story about this place.
Yeah, good idea.
Huh. A magical organism in the form of a tree. Say, aren't fairies in the same classification?
Precisely. Gallica is a most precious treasure as well. I've been observing her very closely, which is giving me a great insight into my own research into flight.
Huh? What? You've been observing me this whole time? I don't recall you asking, so knock it off.
However,
turning our attention back to the tree, I've heard that it tints itself blue to herald the arrival of favorable developments. Developments. I wonder what matter of anomaly its current color portends. We took a brief detour, but I feel seeing the rare sight has broadened my wisdom.
All right.
Oh, big wisdom boost. Wow.
The Gauntlet Runner arrives in a quiet clearing, concealed by boulders, as darkness reclaims the wilderness for itself. Monsters run rampant in the wilds. To sleep here would be perilous, unless from within the safety of a Gauntlet Runner. The party, secure in their Gauntlet Runner, spends the night in peace, hidden from hungry gazes.
Being there the day after tomorrow. I wonder what kind of a place Martira is. Alright, well, we can talk to Stroll to get our imagination up. Which I think would be a good idea, but I want to see what all else I could do. Could make recipes. Oh, bookshelf is lined with interesting books. New World Travel Diary, Pride and Persuasion. Maybe, hold on. Conversation techniques, convincing others. I haven't started it yet. Oh, yes. I'd actually love to get some eloquence up.
What's that?
Apparently this book teaches you ways to ensure others will agree with you. This section is part of the basics. First impressions are vital when it comes to negotiations. Okay, I guess that's true enough. Lower the other person's guard by assuming a natural smile and humble demeanor, then use flattery to probe for weak points.
What are you talking
Probe
about?
for weak points? Why? To explain to gain the upper hand?
Sure.
So that you can gain the upper hand, perhaps.
No kidding.
Oh, I see. It feels a bit underhanded, but I guess if you need things to go your way, that's how it has to be. I feel like paying close attention to the art of persuasion has increased my eloquence. Okay. Ooh, big boost. Oh, that's... oh. I'm surprised. I guess a bit of force can go a long way in helping negotiations go smoothly.
I'm guess maybe like Persona, it'll take multiple in-game days to get through a book. We'll see. Still, yeah, figured that'd be the case. And once I'm finished with it, then you get the big boost.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Finally! We're out of the desert! Oh wow, I missed all this green!
Ugh. Why is it so bumpy?
That'd be the change in terrain, lad.
See, got to let the suspensions get used to hard ground instead of soft sand.
Must be nice to fly everywhere.
What the? Did we just crash? Of course not. That's
a cannonade.
My star is rising! Ah! Sanctism will reign! Ah!
It's them. Remember, from the opening ceremony. I think one of them is Guido, Forden's confidant, and the other is Luis's man, Gladel.
Oh, Glodell, not Glodell, not Grodell.
Magic petrify them for their aggression.
No, see where they're aiming. They're not shooting to kill, just to take out the opposing runner's legs.
It doesn't seem like they're trying to land a fatal shot, just aiming to break the opposing side's gauntlet runner.
Stuck out in the wilds with no working runner. Whether they survive or not, they're dashed well out of the race.
So 'tis a clash to halt each other's advance. Damned fools couldn't resist a show of force.
Look! Over by the legs. That crier is there too.
I see. Acting as witness to the higher candidate's conflict. It seems Gladel cannot match Guido's firepower.
Our plan hinges on winning Luis's favor. Can we afford to abandon Gladel if he's the one who uses orders?
What's our plan? If we just hang back and watch, Godot's gonna win. And Forden gets a leg up on the competition.
This is a tough choice. I mean, we should be getting close to Luis, so I think we help Gladel.
Let's give Gladel a hand here.
Good thinking. That way we could win Luis's regards.
Agreed. Let us ride to
Even though we
Gladel's
killed
aid.
his necromancer, but, you know.
Say, hold on. You realize you're a no-name candidate, eh? If he wants to shut you out, he'll not have to aim for just our legs.
It's a runner, isn't it? If things get too dicey, we'll just run. Didn't you say we had the fastest craft around?
Fine. Suppose there's no room for caution if we want the world's eyes on us.
Okay then, it's settled. Let's make sure he owes us big.
There should be an external runner boat out there.
We're here to help. Withdraw, Gladel. Who goes there? Why do you stand for Luis's forces? Well, sorry. Can't get into it now. That gauntlet runner. You're that commoner candidate who destroyed the Grand Cathedral. Was that not enough? You would profane the sacred a second time.
Yes, I would. In fact, I would go over to the Grand Cathedral and shit on the floor right there.
So be it. In God's name, be thou punished.
Godot and his monks have boarded the deck. Oh, looks like he knows the magic won't shield us. He's aiming to kill us here and now. I see. Okay, sudden boss fight.
You dare interfere in my fight. Know your place. Is it fame you seek? You thought by confronting me, you might lift your own names. Then you chose the wrong opponent.
I hate to interrupt, Old Egg, but it's a touch more complex than that.
We of the Crown Theocracy's monk army have silenced all who would oppose the eminence of God. Your petty ruses are beneath me. Now you shall know how powerless you truly are.
Remember, the king's magic means we cannot move to strike Godot himself.
Go for his followers first.
Okay.
We'll thin their numbers and turn the tide.
Go, my brethren. Put the fear of God into these impious commoners.
I've got the power of God and anime on my side. All right, So you need to take out the monks. Or are you weak to fire? I forgot to move my character back. Oops. Don't I have... Oh, that was for the monk. Uh-oh. Or the pugilist, whichever.
No.
Okay, so resistant to that. Shit. Okay,
Join with me. No, not this. Behold, we stand together.
Witness the power of sanctism.
Is that all?
Kneel before
Yeah, oh god, this is why... Oh, fuck. This is why I need a...
Falling back.
He's going with us.
Try a blizzard spell. Will that work? Yes! Okay.
In the name of justice, I call upon royal power within.
Increase.
Witness me, brethren.
Sever.
Oh, yeah!
I can't afford to hold back.
And then diagonal slash on you. Big damage. Fuck yeah. That works. Ow.
This is God.
Ow.
What could you hope to achieve?
Why are they picking on Stroll?
Stroll can't take any more. Someone heal him.
I strike with conviction.
It's okay.
Get an extra turn.
Are you prepared?
That's your opening, Captain.
Do I have... What items have I got for healing?
Here.
Stroll just... There. And...
Oh, power of heroes.
More resilient than I expected. I would lose nothing by conceding this fight. But the faithful are watching. For the sake of my dear brethren, I must hold nothing back. Now, feel the righteous truth of sanctism engraved upon your flesh.
Does this mean he's getting serious?
Rise, my brothers.
Uh-oh.
What can I do?
Badly wounded.
Wow, they really hate Stroll. Uh-oh.
Sanctism will reign.
Well, Stroll's down.
Someone get him back on his feet. You hit their weakness.
I stand ready.
That's your opening, Captain.
This should help.
Not to see another day.
Freeze.
I call upon royal power within. Hack and slash.
Yeah, unfortunately, that just was a bad situation there. Ow.
Only a flesh wound.
Take this.
We're badly wounded. Someone heal her.
Sanctism will reign.
Ow.
Don't underestimate me.
Hulkenberg's in bad shape.
Justice
She
prevail.
needs help.
They yet cling to life.
Come forth,
Royal sword. Ice.
There we go. And then Stroll.
His side. I'll cut you down to him.
There we go.
The faithful are broken before you, yet your desperate struggling is for naught. You cannot defy the inevitable. I am immune to all your wicked harms.
Oh, he gets to do whatever he wants, and we can't even get near him.
Bend the knee and yield to the divine truth of sanctism. Now, are you prepared for the end?
Ha! I think not, you rotter!
What have you done to my gauntlet runner?
We clipped it.
Nothing to lose. At the very least, I can thrash your old clunker until it's inoperable.
This is a waste of my time. So be it. You'll face your divine punishment soon
I'm going to
enough.
do the equivalent of slashing your tires.
Phew. Finally, he took the hint.
Hey.
Did we not
Get
get any
down
experience out of that? Darn it.
What are you playing at? You think I owe you now or something? I would have been fine without your meddling.
Guess you'll live to see another day.
I guess you survived this time.
Don't you talk down to me. You want to see what I'm really capable of.
Why, Gladell, surely you can spare some manners for a crew that saved our lives? Honestly, that got a bit ugly for my liking.
Well, well, well. Do my eyes deceive me? Juna the songstress in the flesh. What brings you all the way out here? A little tryst on the road, is it?
Nothing so saucy. I'm afraid this cad's just my chauffeur. Now please, darling, a little privacy, or I'll have to charge for an interview.
Fair enough, miss.
Who voices
Fair
her?
enough. Nothing you're not used to. But consider me chasten and shoot. Besides, I might have found another angle here that's just as promising.
Emma
You
Ballantine.
surprised me out there, love. You bested Godot.
Oh, she voiced
So you're not
Rose
just a pretty face.
in the Dragon Quest Monsters game that released a while ago. Oh!
However talented and famed
Ooh, triangle strategy.
must remember to contain yourselves.
Songstress? Wait, is she the same Nydia lady who sang at the opening ceremony?
Nydia. Is that a Nydia tribe? The Nydia, characterized by their iridescent eyes and hair, members of the Nydia tribe lack the conspicuously notable features of other tribes. They are known to be gregarious and talented at flattery. Many have left their hometowns to make a living, some making a name for themselves as both compelling and strange figures. Okay. Anything else? Colonies comprised wholly of the Nydia are rarely known to exist in any part of the kingdom, making them a mysterious tribe in some ways. Okay. Neat. And again, I love that you can just pause to learn all this stuff. It's really cool.
That's... oh, blast it all, I can't take it anymore. I'd know the suspensions anywhere. You had Caden workshop on this, eh? Yes, those are quality parts and no mistake. Luis really shells out for his own.
By the crown, you can't be serious! She is Juna! The kingdom's greatest singer! The dulcet diva! Oh, this is preposterous! Surely I can't be the only one starstruck?
Hulkenberg's like, you don't understand! It's my Oshi! It's my Kami Oshi! And meanwhile, the protagonist and Stroll are like, I don't know, I'm kind of more into Foo Fighters.
Really? No one else wants to shake her hand? Well, then on behalf of Scroop, I suppose it falls to me.
You're an interesting little ensemble. Wait, is that a fairy? A real living one? Where did you...
Hey, up there!
Is that Luis?
An airborne gauntlet runner. He's actually finished it.
Luis.
My lord Luis. How kind to provide a personal escort.
So that's it. I thought it was strange that a candidate like Gladell got stuck playing someone's driver.
But she was still the Sanctist's pick for the opening ceremonies? Guess even Forden's camp has to bend to popular opinion.
My humble.
He has to bend to pop music.
For this travesty, especially when you had graced me with the privilege of bearing the lovely Lady Juna.
Glad to see Lady Juna's safe, at least.
I could have crushed that churchman like a bug. And I would have if these insolent fools hadn't.
I'm sure. Sorry, don't much care.
That is not the voice I was
Clean up my
expecting.
associate's mess. I'd like to express my gratitude, but if I might ask, who are you?
Take a wild guess.
Take a wild guess. Mouth like that's gonna get you killed, kid.
A bold one, are you? I didn't take you for a traveling troupe of jesters.
He's just another no-name candidate.
One would think you commoners, but for the Lady Knight at your side. And you have a gauntlet runner. Most curious. What made you decide to enter the competition?
Looks like he's more interested than we anticipated. This might be our chance, so choose your words wisely, okay?
I want to legalize marijuana in the kingdom. No. To become king. He might see us as an enemy.
Hey, I know you want to get this right, but this is no time to get lost in thought.
I should rethink my response. Okay, so it has to be help.
I want to help you, Count Luis.
Oh? You fight in my name, do you?
Really now? So, you thought you'd step in for a little self-promotion?
We want to help anyone in need. That's what we believe in.
Yeah, I needed you to shout me out on twitch.tv.
However, my immediate needs are met in terms of sword hands.
Oh, come now. Don't they have a certain charisma to them? Why? I dare say I saw them use magic without igniters.
Please, I know we can help you. We want nothing more than to see your vision realized, Lord Luis.
You do know what that vision is built on, don't you? If you would claim yourself my ally, then prove your power before all the kingdom's eyes. You can't change the world without power, after all. If you can manage that, I'll consider your proposal.
See you, loves.
Don't think this changes anything. Come on, Hector.
Hulkenberg's sulking because she didn't get to shake her Oshi's hand.
It soars like a damn bird.
Right then, that could have gone worse. We were lucky we managed to connect with Luis this early.
No thanks to that Gladel. Even should we be accepted, he'll be no ally of ours.
Well, at the very least, Luis knows our faces. All we have to do now is avoid screwing it up.
He wants to see our power, does he? Then let's find Heisme, bring him to justice, and show the nation we're a force to be reckoned with.
All right.
As the chirping birds return to their nests and the darkness claims its dominion, the Gauntlet Runner at last arrives at its repose, a place grown thick with trees. Are the sounds from between the trees just the leaves being caressed by the wind? Or are they the whispers of the beguiling beings of the dark? The party never has to find out, for they are safe within the Gauntlet Runner.
There's a really bad gas station just nearby, but they're in the Gauntlet Runner, so they're safe.
Ah! Oh, damn it, blast!
Did you hear that?
It's over. The end of the road. So ends the life of the genius engineer.
Let's say we go check on him.
Oh.
Hey! Nurse, you okay?
Oh, you two. Terribly sorry. It's nothing, really.
You seem troubled.
Is there something troubling you?
Ah, well, I suppose you could say that. It's just the runner, you see? She's in top shape, but I wanted to make her peerless. An absolute beauty, you know, top of her class. Something that would make even old Luis's runner look like a bally apple cart. I'd not be floundering so much if I just had a bit of spark.
A spark?
Yes, my girl. A spark of inspiration. A moment of epiphany.
He has to have a Yakuza-style revelation and has to rapidly type into a flip phone.
Relic. Doesn't ring a bell.
Ah, yes, context. They say that long, long ago, there was a civilization so highly advanced it was beyond all modern understanding. Automation ruled the day. People lived surrounded by machinery with no need to work. Legend has it that they lived lives of convenience and comfort, but somehow that civilization just up and disappeared. God only knows what happened to them.
Sounds kind of far-fetched already.
Hear me out, would you? The point is, once in a stretch, you hear about someone unearthing relics from those days of yore. Absolutely inscrutable to the layman, don't you know? But those in the know would recognize such a prize at a single glance.
Where'd you hear this from?
Who'd you hear this from?
Heard it, lad. I've seen it with my own eyes. You see, there was this old inventor in the neighborhood where I grew up, quite sharp, but a bit balmy. That old fellow only showed me
What
his
is
find
barmy?
once,
What is that
but
term?
Even seeing it lit a fire in me, like being struck by lightning.
Oh.
After that, it was
Okay,
like a
crazy.
boiling
Got it.
Ideas,
Didn't know.
Ideas rising to
It's a
the
new term I
surface.
didn't learn
And
before.
my tinkering always came out marvelous. Some proper court engineer-worthy genius. Something about it utterly captured my imagination. The lost relic, I mean.
Wow. You could try getting him to show you again.
If only I could. That old fellow went back to his own hometown. That single solitary glimpse of the past was all I had. The old goat. He told me he'd leave me the relic in his will.
Okay, so where's this guy's hometown?
Oh, some tiny hamlet somewhere on the outskirts of Martira. A village by the name of Camiro or some such.
Maybe we should look into Camiro when we get to Martira. Yeah, sounds good. My guess is that we're gonna unlock the archetype he'll give us. Maybe he's the gunner. That'd be nice. We left nearest to dissolved into doom and gloom again, yet headed towards the narrow into the gauntlet runner quarters.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Okay.
So we'll arrive in Martira this evening. Good. So we'll be liberated from this blasted shaking.
Liberated? I do believe I take offense to that. The fairy girl's right, you know. A carriage could never keep up this pace. Some gratitude would be appreciated.
Apologies. I am grateful. It's just hard to show it while on the verge of losing your lunch. That, and I pray we can avoid further hindrances like yesterday's.
Isn't that...
Once we arrive in town, we're supposed to meet with Barden, right? I'm sure the sights will be distracting, but let's not keep the man waiting.
Departing the capital and barreling southward, the party's gauntlet runner at last arrives in the old castle town
All right.
of Martira, with their client.
I'm actually excited to see the other locales, because I'd like to see what other kind of cool environments are here.
The only question now is whether or not this gambit was the right move.
Oh, interesting.
'Tis far more desolate a place than I'd heard.
Not many people out. It's like everyone's afraid of something.
Ah, you're here.
Yeah, this place is pretty run the fuck down.
I know it's been a while. but
Get the
we've
Property
reached
Brothers
out.
from HGTV to
We'll
fix
not
it
go
up.
back
There
on
you,
our word.
that'll work.
Glad to hear it. I'm sure Lady Joanna will also be pleased. Oh, your pardon. Lady Joanna rules this city. She is also a most holy sanctoress of the Sanctus Church. She lives there, in Criganti Castle.
I take it the locals are hoping for His Eminence Forden to win the tournament.
Aye, naturally. No sane and righteous man would want Luis on the throne. Speaking of, I heard there was a scuffle on the road between two candidates gauntlet runners. The criers say Forden's allies suffered the worst of it.
Ah, well, that's Luis's camp for you. I assume it was them. I mean, some nasty characters at his heel, eh?
He's a tyrant.
Luis is nothing but a tyrant.
Yes. Such atrocities in his name. Unforgivable.
Captain, are you sure we can trust these strangers? These bounty boarders are always in it just for the money.
Looks like his officer's not on our side just yet.
Dinna be rude, Morris. They've come a long way for our sakes. Now, I'm sure you must be knackered from the journey. Let me show you to an inn.
Okay, I know knackered means tired.
Perhaps.
Ah, you've a local delicacy. It would be a welcome treat.
You chaps go on. The old girl needs a bit of maintenance after carrying us so far.
Can't that wait until you've eaten?
Too much at stake, lad. Go on.
No food, only machine sustenance.
Might well fix the bally waterworks while I'm at it.
Come, everyone.
I hear that the meme, one of the prominent memes of this game is that Hulkenberg's really into food. That's what I've heard, at least. Oh my god. Hold on, is it Sanctoress, Milo, Barden? Okay.
Is this some kind of smoked dish?
Roasted larvae of the giant sandworm. It's Martira's culinary speciality.
Wow, this game is so fucking detailed with its world. Even the fucking dishes have their... Wow. Said to have origins in past extermination efforts against the giant sandworms threatening Martira's livestock and thus threatening their main industry, dependent on animal husbandry. Some theorize the giant sandworms' increased aggression in recent years is because their young are being overhunted to make this dish. Huh.
Cooked to a delicate finish, just enough to preserve all the natural juices and flavors of the innards.
Oh, good. Larval innards.
Tis a unique texture, to be sure.
Oh, it's so cute.
Is divine. Exquisite.
I love that portrait.
You're completely serious, aren't you?
Hey man, as long as it does have water chestnuts in it, I'd try it.
Try some of your own before it gets cold.
Looks great.
Looks great. What is with that smile? Not you two.
The rich flavors are bursting in my mouth. It's surprisingly tasty.
You fairly eat with gusto, young man. Passion worthy of a royal candidate. How was it? Sometimes the insides can twitch a bit, but it's harmless, I assure you.
Ugh! I don't want to ever hear that. Oh yeah, don't worry if you feel
Would that I had time to try more of your dishes, but to business. Can you fill us in on the details of all these kidnappings?
I don't think I would ever want, if a waiter came up to me and said like, oh yeah, do you like your dishes, right? Yeah, sometimes you'll feel like a little wiggle in your stomach afterwards, like something might have moved slightly, but don't worry about it, it'll stop. And I'm like, huh?
Aye. Our wee ones have been going missing for at least 6 months. All told, we're looking at 15 children now unaccounted for.
And you think this Heismay is your culprit?
I'm told he's a disgraced knight with nowhere else to turn. We've no proof, but the pieces fit. Seems to me that with nothing else to lose, he's gone rogue.
For a man who claimed a knight's honor to stoop to such horrors. 'Tis unacceptable. We must end this quickly, for our sake and his own.
If I recall the brief, it'll be quite a feat to even get near this Heismay. His hideout was in the midst of the sandworms' territory, yes?
Aye, well remembered. He certainly isn't going to make this easy for us.
So, is Heismay's hideout way out here? Looks pretty far from Martira.
Okay, but what's this thing?
There's a runner.
Rival Gauntlet Runner. A major candidate's Gauntlet Runner seems to be here.
Let's see here.
It's Rival Gauntlet Runner.
Now that you mention it, I have to wonder how he can even survive out there.
We've been chasing any lead we have, but we can't figure it all out. We're in over our heads.
We'll get the job done.
We'll get this job done.
We're awful grateful to have you. And don't worry, we'll pay you what you're due. After all, nobody else in the royal capital would give it a second glance.
We help anyone in need. That's why we've come this far.
Inspiring words, young man. Now, I hope you're not full yet. We've a whole spread of other dishes for you.
It's gonna be sandworm brain.
Now this is the pride of the town. A fine sweetmeat made from the juvenile sandworm's entrails. You'll find this tastes as sweet as any dessert.
Yeah, those things.
Together, I'm sure we can find a way to the stronghold without falling prey to those worms. Now, please, dig in.
I don't like those noises.
'Tis altogether different from the roast. Why, 'tis succulent as a mellow fruit. Another marvel.
You must have gotten used to eating anything you had to out in the wilds, eh?
I'll schedule a meeting with the Honourable Lady Joanna tomorrow. Please, rest your weary heads for today.
If they aren't here to con a free meal out of us, that is.
Now, let's go.
I mean, it's free food. Again, so long as it doesn't have water chestnuts, I'm good. That's a spacious bed. We're going to meet the lady of the town first thing in the morning, so get some beauty sleep, okay? Oh, don't mind me. I only just arrived here just now, so it's not like I overheard the conversation you had with Barden. And even if I did hear something, it's not like I'd tell anybody. I would never have made it as a professional informant if I didn't know how to handle sensitive information. That's right. If there's anything you want to know about the city, simply ask me. You can always find me here. Can I ask you now? No? No. All the cuisine here was delicious to the last meal. Martira is a fine city indeed, which makes this Heismay's offenses all the more damning. If all we've heard is true, hunting him will be a trial indeed. To be expelled from the order is one thing, but to be wholly stripped of his knighthood. I would not be surprised if the man's given in to despair. Okay. Hello.
Pleasure to see you.
As requested by Barden, the entire tavern has been reserved for your party's private use today. I had to kick out a house full of drunkards for this. I hope you're all worth it. Still, it was nice for you to come all this way, traveler. Please make yourself comfortable. Beds are in the next door. Okay, cool. Where's Stroll? Guest room. Thoroughfare Square. Dang it, I can't go out to see people. Also, ad starting in about 4 minutes. Heads up. Finally free from those tiny runabunks. Nice to sleep in an inn, isn't it? I love a good inn.
Yeah.
Nothing beats the bed at an inn.
Right?
I can see the monsters out there when we were camping on the runner, so I rest a little easier in an inn. I wish Neuros would come inside with us, but I suppose if the runner is a castle, then he is its king. Let's rest.
Good night.
Can't really do anything else. So we'll probably buy the information and then meet with who we're supposed to meet with.
The new king draws nearer.
It's gorgeous out.
I think I might have overslept though.
Hold on.
Where is everyone?
Let's hurry.
They all went to Krigante Castle ahead of us. Apparently we can get there by climbing the stairs in Stairstone Market. Alright, but I want to talk to that informant real quick. Is he still here? Where? Darn it, I don't see them. There's more. Hello?
Hello there.
Get some water? Just water? Alright, sure, why not? We'll buy 10. Oh, I can sell out. Yeah, buy a bet. I'll take your entire stock.
Now then.
Oh, that's right. We got that amethyst in the dungeon we went through earlier. Yeah, we bought out his entire supply of water. Ha. All right, I'm not handling any new bounties at the moment. Everyone's caught up with the incidents. You know the ones. I think the reception should be open again by tomorrow, but can a guy like you really handle a bounty anyway? All right, cool. Thanks, buddy. Who else can I speak to?
Beg your pardon.
All these rumors of abductions just make my skin crawl. I can't stop thinking the bugger might be prowling around as we speak. I want to run away, but I can't leave the farm. See, when you don't have a gauntlet runner, leaving is no trifling matter. Okay. Now listen here, I'm saying this for your own good, all right? You never know when the kidnapper is going to show up. So if you're going to lie down, but by your eyes, man. Go somewhere safer. At least you wouldn't be getting kidnapped. I tell you that much. I don't think that's not. I think that's not gonna work, dude.
What were the gods doing?
You there?
Oi, that your runner down there? Elder are riding on gauntlet runners these days, are they? Never thought I'd see the like. Suppose that means you're the help what's come to town. You're gonna take that runner to the giant sandworm. And to Heismay.
You'll get a hero's welcome if you take him down. There's weapons and armor for sale in town. Ought to make good use of them.
Okay, so there is a weapon and armor store. I did not know if there was or not. Cat. Can't pet cat. Where's the,
What were the gods doing?
There's more.
Now what am I to do?
Where weapon and armor? Okay, that's probably the church.
Let's not.
All right. Probably can't do weapon and armor shopping until after we do this meeting. All right, but ad break's about to start. So I'm gonna go ahead and do ads. Take this next 3 minutes to use the restroom, get yourself some water, whatever you need to do, and we'll be right back. And we're back. Thank you for your patience, everybody. All right, let's see who this person is.
An elder candidate?
I also forgot I could do the sword skateboard move. Oh, there's the weapon shop. I forgot. Or I assumed it would all be in the same spot. Okay.
What'll it be?
Okay. Do I have anything to appraise? No, I didn't think I did. Okay. Partisan. I have a very strong feeling that these. Oh my god. Oh my god. What is that for? Silver daggers, ebony abacus. Okay, the abacus are for the merchant, which part of me really wants to at least see what the merchant job is like. I'm just too scared of losing all my money. I mean, that's my biggest fear, is that I don't want to spend too much money.
What'll it be?
And plus, I really should, 20,000? Okay, I at least need that.
Yeah.
There. 20,000? Holy shit. But yeah, I only have about 36,000. It's not like I need to use the skills for the merchant. If I can talk to Moore real quick, I would like to know what the merchant's weak to.
Oh, yeah?
I want to see.
Now, where was I?
Because if I can at least see what the merchant's weak to as far as vulnerabilities, I'd like to know that, because during that whole situation, Stroll was getting hit with wind spells and he's weak to those. So
How good of you to come.
we need to vary up our party a little bit is what I'm saying. Okay, what have we got? Details. What are you weak to? Fire and light. Oh, only costs 500. Next skills. Steals. Oh. You use abacus stuff, right? Well, Stroll. Stroll's my main damage dealer. What's the defense looking like on this? Strength, endurance 14. Hulkenberg. Oh, that can play back into her tank situation. Yeah, because with me, yeah, Hulkenberg can get the physical tank stuff back, so maybe I make her the merchant.
Fascinating. This right here.
Heroic embodiment is that of a prudent arbitrator who bridges the gap between others, fostering new values and new places of belonging.
All right.
Yep.
I'm counting on you.
Of course.
Cool. O worthy heart, who tempers anxiety into strength, if thou art prepared to disavow martial might and support society from within the shadows of coin, I bestow upon thee our soul, the soul of the merchant. I shall apply myself and study. Hulkenberg does not strike me as the merchant user. It's just the defense stats is pretty good. And then we need to increase. I'm sorry. Oh, I see. Because it's only 2, I need to be max rank with Brigitte before I can do that. Okay, good to know. And for the Seeker... Yeah, or no, that's Healer, sorry. Need to be rank 3? Yeah. And Seeker 20. Maybe if I run into, yeah. Let's do some skill inheritance too. Hulkenberg for merchant. What do I get you? Slicer. Right. I think Slicer is the good one to use for this because, actually wait. There's not going to be same lineages here. Slicer will be good to have because in that case, yeah, I'll stick with Seeker. I'll do that all working out because I completely forgot my train of thought there. Oh. So keeping Stroll to where he is as the damage dealer, I'll be the magic user / pokey physical if need be. I just need to keep the party varied up. I can't have a singular weakness for everybody because God forbid I have 2 warriors that are weak to wind and then we have just the wind boss completely destroying my ass. Like that's the last thing that I want. Because that's the thing, you can make a great party all you want, but the second a vulnerability comes up that you're not prepared for happens, you'll end up with a bad time, and I don't want that.
What'll it be?
I don't want to get megalovania'd by the bosses here. All right, so we have another abacus we can... Yeah, let's get that abacus for Hulkenberg.
Indeed.
And we'll get that for me.
Yeah.
And then we can just afford the Shamshir. So we'll buy that for Stroll. Yeah, and all the armor that was in the armor shop is way above my situation right now. So that's not good. But at the very least, you know, we're better equipped now. Bloody hell. We're supposed to just go about our lives when someone could strike from the shadows at any moment? We should just offer up some convicts for unwanted children. Say, you know any elder no one would miss? Fuck off. I'm sorry, that was a joke that went too far. But I'm worried, I tell you. Putting my foot in my mouth now and then. Can you blame me? Yes! Yes, I can blame you! Hardy Butcher. Sold out of meat today. Need to get out there and restock, you know? Do come back another time. Okay. So what's in here? Is this the medicine shop? Amiable shopkeep. Yeah, this is the medicine place. Well, we're flat broke now. I spent all my money. Worth it though. I think the damage boost will be good. It's just shit, you know? Not ideal. Can't even lay my wee ones out of the house. Let my wee ones out of the house because of the kidnappings. The poor bands are fair mopey about it. Bless them. When I told General Barden as much, his face fell like a dropped pie. He's a pure heart, our general is. But I never mind that. Off to fight Heismay, are you? Are you? Keep your guard up, then. Rumor has it he's got some passing skill. They say he's faster than any soldier. That nobody could so much as nick him. Must be quick on his feet. All right.
Well met.
You're late. Poor Barden has been waiting on tenterhooks. Apparently the lady has graciously agreed to meet with us. Best not keep her waiting, All right. The castle looks positively ancient. I wasn't expecting this city to have such a rich history. Before the kidnapping started, I imagine the city knew peace. Let's get the details from the lady of the castle.
I've awaited you.
All right, you come. Fantastic. Lady Joanna is waiting. Joanna's waiting inside. All right, let's talk to her. Let's go.
May I present Lady Joanna, Sanctress and the ruler of this city. These are the ones who have undertaken the request to subjugate Heismay.
I am Joanna,
Ooh.
presiding lady of this city. On its behalf, you have my gratitude for traveling all the way from the royal capital.
Sanctress, a clerical title of sanctism, permitted to administer rites, ceremonies, blessings, and the like. The title of Sanctor is treated more like a broad certificate of religious qualification, and they are not explicitly required to work for the church. However, those in higher positions, starting from Sancturian and above, take on duties related to the parish and church as career clergy. Okay. Yeah, engineer for gauntlet runners. A lot of this is pretty self-explanatory. Milo Morizino, an Ishkia candidate participating in the tournament, a princely man claiming to be an illegitimate son of the Montario royal family. He pledges to adopt the caste system based on beauty, with himself, the most beautiful of all, bestowing a grace and honor upon the country as its king. His suave looks and mannerisms have earned him a devout following. Each time he smiles from the stage on his gauntlet runner, the Palace of Beauty Hildebrand, shrill screams can be heard from the crowd. Okay. So he's like, ah yes, if you don't have a charisma stat of 18 or above, you are basically going to be in squalor. Yeah, Barden, Batlin. Albus Batlin, a Clamar man who works as a crier for the Crown Theocracy. Most criers prefer rhetoric that venerates and strengthens the authority of sanctism in the royal family, but Batlin is the opposite, prioritizing the provocations of the people as though commentating on a sport. Yeah, that makes sense. He's imagine Batlin doing commentary for a Smash Brothers tournament. Ah, yes, he's doing the down smash. Perfect.
Lady Joanna refused to use taxes to pay for this, so she sold her own heirlooms and possessions to secure the funds.
It's clear you want only the best for your people, milady. So we'll give you our best in return.
I cannot claim any nobility above yours. Even as other aspirants to the throne quarrel and bicker, you've chosen instead to help the kingdom's people.
Well, we don't deserve that much credit. After all, we're not helping for free.
Even so, please put an end to this tragedy.
We won't let you down.
Let you down.
Thank you. In truth, I thought it foolish to decide a monarch by a simple vote of popularity. But perhaps there is something to it. Here is my offer. If you get rid of the culprit, I will appeal to the people of this town to support you. 'Tis most kind, but can you truly afford that? Surely, as a church sanctoress, His Eminence Forden would expect your support. Indeed. However, I would rather have a king who truly cares for his subjects. Yes, Lady Joanna.
Okay, she's cool.
I must return to my duties. I shall await our next meeting.
Love her portrait too. Love all the portraits in this game.
'Twas a confident smile indeed, with a great deal of pain behind it.
I know it's but a step in our plan, but truly, I hope we can help these people. She even promised us political support.
She did say it. Well, I mean, I can't help but wonder if she'll keep her word on that. It's quite a promise to make when she barely knows us.
Did something seem amiss?
Not in particular. Maybe it's just the gloominess of this place getting to me. So what are we gonna do about Heismay? We'll have to go out in Sandworm territory to find him, right?
The mere fact of his kidnappings suggests he's passing unseen by guards and sandworms alike. The question is, how?
Let's ask around the city a bit first. Though I can't say we'll find many willing to talk with the streets this deserted. Maybe we'll have better luck around the taverns and shops.
Just get people plastered drunk, then they'll spew. In more ways than one. All right, let's go gather information around. Okay. Whee!
Boy.
Oh, you there. Can I talk to you for a bit? Heard that you're gonna catch that Heismay for us. Now, I just wanted to give you my thanks. You see, my wife, she's one of the people that have gone missing.
My thanks.
I don't know if I can be of any help to you, but please, if there's anything I can do, just say the word. You know about the giant sandworms? Unfortunately, no. I do not know much about them. I fear I can't help you there. Sorry I can't be of help. You ought to ask the others around here, though. The shopkeepers might know more.
All good.
Okay.
Ridiculous.
Welcome.
So, hey.
Oh no, that's okay. We're after information more than meat today. Does you have to know anything about giant sandworms? Oh, that's dangerous. When I go out hunting, I give them a wide berth. Impressive you got there alone. Do you still know anyone who might know something? Try asking a fellow by the armor shop. Okay. And how about you?
What is it?
Giant sandworm? We Martyrians love our edible grubs, but we're a bit indifferent to their inedible parents. Larvae is my personal favorite, but I know little about them before they make it to the kitchen.
Who may know more about them?
I can't recall any... Oh, wait, hang on. I just thought of someone.
Right.
There was a merchant yesterday at the tavern boasting he'd gotten real close to the sandworm's den. If that's true, it'd be quite the feat. Maybe he's still in town.
Nice.
That's some good info. Maybe this merchant's still nearby. Let's ask around Thoroughfare Square. Cool. But first, I want to try the armor shop.
What'll it be?
All right, let's try listen.
What are you on about?
One of Barden's lackeys keeps placing orders for one piece of armor, then armor after another. Something about them beefing up security. Honestly, it sounds like they're overdoing it. Makes me wonder if everything's all right. Okay, so... Oh, wait, no, it was directing me to the guy that was in front of the armor store, and now I'm talking... Okay.
An elder candidate? No.
All right, this must be the guy. Wait, weren't you the informant?
What do you want to know?
You were at the tavern. What's your business with me?
Excuse me.
Well, we're looking for a merchant who had something to say about the giant sandworm yesterday.
Oh, that guy from last night. Yeah, he was blathering so loud. You heard him where you wanted to or not.
You know what he said?
Why don't you ask him yourself? I know your next question is plain as day, but where is he?
I'm this town's informant, you see. I can tell you where that merchant is, among other things, but information isn't free. I don't have enough on hand. He's not even kidding. We truly don't have any money right now.
Hang on, you're telling me you came to save this town with sod all in your pocket?
I bought weapons!
True hero you are,
but, oh dear, now I've gone and felt sorry for you.
Blimey, I just can't be helped. I'll tell you something, this kidnapping business is personal to me. I'll tell you the merchant's spot, but this is a one-time only deal, understand?
He's the real skinny.
It's the Ishka in front of the fountain just there. He drank so much yesterday at the tavern he was practically taking a bath. Now he's hungover.
Right.
Cool. So I got free stuff anyway. Hey man. My head. What is it? You got business for me?
Hey, is it true that you got pretty close to the giant sandworm's den? How'd you manage to do that and live to tell the tale?
Sorry, I can't remember. I Disco Elysium the memory out of me head. Oh, right. To tell you the truth, I didn't get that close to it. I just found a giant sandworm husk. That was it. And then at the bar, I was excited and, well, pretty drunk. Anyway, at some point the story turned into me waltzing right up to the sandworm and staring it down, and I regret that now.
Oh, good.
Oh, great. No one seems to have any information. It's almost sunset, too. Let's meet at the tavern for now. I'll go gather everyone else.
Not a scrap. I suppose we knew it wouldn't be that simple.
'Tis far too early to give up. I spent over a year asking after the prince with no luck. And still I did not falter.
Yes, and it's very admirable. But I think I prefer a change of tack instead.
You there? Might you answer a question?
Terribly sorry, but I can't help you. I'm just here on my leisure.
Oh, hello.
You're better off finding the information you're looking for elsewhere.
Suspicious character, isn't he?
He had a portrait.
Hey, you lot. You seriously gonna hunt down Heisme?
You're Barden's man.
Yeah, the guy with the attitude.
Not sure I should tell you this, but here I am. There's actually a way to avoid the giant sandworms. You just gotta wait for the sand flash. It's a local event, a kind of storm, and the wind kicks up sand peppered with magic crystals. Not too uncommon a sight around here. Our diviners say we'll have a sand flash in about 5 days. Seems to put most wild beasts to sleep. Might be some magic effect, or might just be waiting out the storm. And that includes the sandworms, eh? They'll nod off, and with proper timing, you'll sneak right past them. Heisme might well be using the same trick himself.
We're much obliged, but if you know all this, why haven't you and the guard gone out?
A guard unit stomping around would wake up the whole den. Didn't much like saying it, but us local lads, Wouldn't be much use against Heismay anyway. But you think you can handle him? Aye? Wouldn't be here otherwise.
That information is all we needed. Thanks for the help.
Good luck out there. And don't worry, no charge for the advice, eh? Can't have you getting yourself killed now. Cap's reputation's on the line. And, one more thing. You didn't get this info from me. Aye?
Understood. But why? You could have shared this with us at supper yesterday.
What? And got myself volunteered to go out there as your travel guide?
Oh.
I see.
Anyway, I'm counting on you.
Finally, a solid lead falls into our laps. And we'll not even have to bother with the sandworms. We've apparently got 5 days till the sandflash hits. Let's make sure we can get this done quick. Looks like more than a day's trip on the map.
If it takes us one night to reach the giant sandworm's territory, and we aim to go when the storm has them all asleep, we should leave in 4 days' time.
Let's go inform Nearus.
Righto, straightforward enough. Long as we get in when the worms have all tucked in for a nap, we'll be just dandy. Suppose I'd better crack on with the tune-ups then. Don't want the old girl failing on us when she'll be our only hope of egress, eh?
I think I just reacted. What is this?
Oh, that? Damned if I know. It was just in the blueprints from the royal family. Works rather like an igniter, but no idea what it does. Just don't go breaking... Oh, easy there. You all right, lad? Thought I saw something glowing. Then you came over all giddy, gave me a start.
Oh, I felt like the light was blinding. Excuse me.
I can't believe this thing reacted. Look, we don't want any nasty surprises, so I vote we stay put and rest up for today. Just in case. Don't want you passing out on me, do I? Just consider it a little precaution for the trip.
Okay. We rested in inside the Gauntlet Runner for today at Nearus's request.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
So we leave... probably on the 2nd, then. Oh, hello. More? Hey, man. What's up?
Your journey is going well, it seems.
You've got a really cool ride.
You take your steps forward on this road. A supernatural awakening, a call to adventure, legs to carry you. All of these are coming together. Accordingly, new powers needed for the journey seem to have awakened.
The thing in the Gauntlet Runner.
Are you talking about that thing inside the Gauntlet Runner?
By my eyes report, there is one piece of equipment
One
in the
piece?
Gauntlet Runner that was created in ancient times. Something no longer crafted in this day and age. A divine relic. It contains ancient magic once thought lost. The power of teleportation.
Oh!
With proper use, its great power will turn your Gauntlet Runner swifter than any beast or transport on land. Most interesting. The reasons elude me, but you seem qualified to use this divine relic. I cannot imagine this is mere coincidence. Perhaps you are guided by an unknown hand. Now, try to imagine. Vivid, familiar scenery. Somewhere far from
So it's fast travel, right? That seems to be the implication here.
What's going on here?
What's with all the yelling? Wait, isn't this...
What? The royal capital? How? We were in Martira just last night.
Eurus? Surely you didn't drive us back here?
Oh, yeah, fast travel, sure enough.
Remember how many
Wow.
days the last trip took? You can't dash and roll pop over to the capital in a single night.
I wonder if this is the teleportation magic Moore was talking about.
What? So this is some magic you saw in a dream?
So this teleportation, it can just whisk us all back to the royal capital in a flash. Even the Gauntlet Runner came along for the ride.
It certainly did. And there might be a reason for that.
Do you know something?
She was custom made for the prince. When I wasn't there in the concept phase, when they gave me an odd gadget and said, make it work, I bloody well made it work.
They said let him cook, and I did. I cooked, Jesse.
Heart all bound up in its heart. Last night, we caught it glowing. Then I wake up and find a proper hullabaloo. Damnedest thing. It only started glowing when you got close, eh? Maybe you were a trigger of some kind.
Maybe I am.
Yeah. Maybe I am.
Maybe I am him. I will be him. I will always and forevermore be him.
Surely there can be no explanation for this other than magic.
Hold on. If we're back in the capital, that means we've got bigger problems. We're due back in Martira for the bounty. If it takes us days to get back, that's all our planning ruined.
If we magicked ourselves over here, let's bally well see if we can magic ourselves back, eh?
He makes it sound so easy, but what do you think?
'Tis no small feat we ask, I know, but might you at least try?
Can I really use this teleportation magic? I'll just have to try. All right, let's do it. I didn't think we'd unlock fast travel this early with the Gauntlet Runner stuff. All right. And then... Can hardly follow such turns. I never thought His Highness's Gauntlet Runner would hold such a secret. Could you imagine, you know, you're on like a plane or something, or a car, or like a bus, and just in the night you can hear a heartbeat that's acting as the engine? That is messed up.
Oh, dash.
Well, you could knock me down with a feather. I always thought something was strange. I thought it to be a type of igniter. When I tried fueling it with magic, it was quiet as a mouse. I ran up and down the castle asking the other court engineers, and nobody had an answer. Couldn't even tell who put the blasted thing into the design.
Where to?
Yep. Persona. I'll focus on Martira, our destination.
It reacted. The lad really is the key to triggering it.
Oh, hey, are you sure this is safe?
All we can do is trust him.
It's Martira. They really are back.
I can't believe it. It feels just like when the king's magic caused that spectacle in the capital.
In my eyes, it's the other way around. It's not powerful by virtue of being connected to the king or to the lad. Maybe it's that all magic is supposed to have potential of this magnitude. You've all got some powers that defy understanding too, eh? Gives one the sense that those sanctists preaching about needing igniters are wrong, or lying outright.
I suppose when you say it like that.
Gee, I wonder why they would want to make sure they can control a populace so that they don't go crazy with magic powers, so that they don't overthrow them, mayhaps?
Why would the royals have had it?
Just thinking out loud a little bit.
With this teleportation on our side, can we travel anywhere in the world with only a thought? If that's so, we may not even need a gauntlet runner at all.
What? You mean we could just magic snap ourselves to Brylehaven?
No,
Just
we
like
need to
that?
actually get there.
Come on, try it out.
I need to picture the place in my head.
No reaction.
I wish I could imagine it, but we've never been.
So we can't go somewhere we've never been before. Anywhere else you've been? How about Montario?
No. Commoners don't usually visit the 3 great cities.
'Twould seem this power of travel is somewhat conditional. Best that we define its boundaries now.
I mean, it's nice that they're at least
So, in the
contextualizing
end,
fast travel
the only
within the
places we
world.
can teleport
That's pretty
to are
cool.
Cities we've actually been to.
Well, thank you very much. Ha! Almost had me out of a job there, lad.
Sounds like you've got to envision the destination in great detail for it to work.
We'll need more than a glance out a window or a passing familiarity. And you have to focus for it too. Seems to
We
take
have
you
to
a
go
moment,
in there and
which
eat the
means it won't
food,
save
shop
us
the
in a fight.
shops,
Not as convenient
figure
as
out
it
where all
sounds,
of the
huh?
cool merch is,
How so?
figure out if they've got an
Now
anime
we can
store,
return to the royal capital
see if there's a
anytime we need to
Blockbuster.
withdraw. Tis useful enough as is, and the more places we travel, the more we can return to.
You're right. And now we can drop by to see Maria whenever we like. Put like that, it really is something impressive.
Even if we've no idea where it comes from, it should certainly prove useful.
Our next foe is a bounty, and we have a lot of preparing to do. We've got 3 days to go, so don't forget.
All right. Well, we'll hang out for the day here to be well prepared for the fight. Your mission has begun. Your base of operations has been changed to Martira. Each time a new operation begins, the town you stay in will become your new base. Your departure date is July 2nd. Be well prepared for it. If you want to return previous locations such as Grand Trad, open the world map and the map menu to select and travel there using teleportation magic. Does not pass time. Okay,
right.
good.
So?
But saw some bounties up at the recruitment center. We could do those. But so what's the deal with this?
What say you?
Traveler, do you find yourself in ignorance of the weather and thus subject to its whims? Fear not, I'll tell you what the clouds come in 2 days hence. If you'd like to check the weather before traveling, speak with the fortune teller. They can forecast the region's weather for the next 2 days. I can't afford it.
Try again, won't you?
All right. A reportable quest? Oh, to Maria.
Take a look.
If you're in the desert,
What?
rumors Tradia is desert south of Grand Trad, right? How'd you know that? The royal capital's pretty far from here. Don't underestimate the military. Each city shares information on bounties, though I'm not at liberty to tell you how we do
Good
it.
hunting to you.
Okay. So we have this. Gorban King Forest Champion. Okay. Well, I think we'll probably go say hi to Maria. And then maybe be done after that. Let's gather these quests, though. Oh, I can't believe I'm gonna lose my job over something that's not my fault at all. I don't know what's on your mind, but it looks serious. What's wrong? A fairy? Oh, are you the merchants who are here to hunt down Heisme? Or the mercenaries who are here to hunt down Heisme? You lot came here with a giant gully runner? As far as your runner goes, can you spare me a moment? Our town used to keep a great number of carrier pigeons so that we could maintain communications with other cities. But they were all requisitioned by officials from the capital.
Why did this happen?
Seems like they need them for the tournament or some such. But we rely on those pigeons for trading medicine and foodstuffs. So their loss threatens our very way of living. That's why we desperately need to procure a practical pigeon parcel from Comero by July 11th.
Oh, what'll I do?
But no one wants to go out with the kidnapper about, so I've not got no volunteers. In addition to that, there's no end of beasts they need to go through. And since I was the pigeon's caretaker, there's a good chance that I can keep my job if things continue like this. If that happens, I may as well lie down in the gutter like that and die like a dog.
Stupendous.
Alright, yeah, so he's like, hey, sure, we'll do that.
I'd so love your help.
So we need a pigeon parcel from Comero. Got a lot of rare goods besides eggs, too. I'm sure you'll find plenty of things that'll be useful for your travels.
Let's give it a shot.
Whoa, that reminds me.
Listeners, remember storied old man relic? We can ask the villagers for the old man. Okay, cool. So we can do a double bill of quests on this.
A village.
Now what I'm wondering is, if we
Here's where we are now.
if we go there, does that make the time pass into night? Time to spare, but I guess we can stop by the villagers on our way to another task. It should be all right. Yeah, we could do that.
More people missing.
I want to talk to this guy too. Feel like he's an important bond.
Oh, my apologies. You're right there. That's a relief. Well, I'll be off now.
He pickpocketed me, didn't he?
Hey, you sure you want to let that fellow go? He nicked something of yours just
Yep,
now when he
thought
bumped
so.
into you.
Oh no! Grease's dagger is missing.
Oh no.
Let's chase after him! I don't see him anywhere! Jeez, how'd he disappear so fast?
We can find a clue that'll lead us to the man who took Reese's memento. Hey man.
Come on!
Hey you, that guy who stole our dagger, any idea where he went?
No.
I may not. I have no reason to give you that information. That's true, but I mean the dagger's really important to us.
Oh?
Is it? Well, you'll have to excuse me if I don't go lending a hand to everyone who puts that one out. Oh, come on, not even a hint. Consider it a kingly investing. Isn't high enough. Apologies, but it's time I get on more profitable endeavors, little Elda. Run along now, I wish you luck. All right, so I need to have higher imagination for that. I see. I see how it is. All right.
Just a sec.
All right, well, let's at least go see Maria, and then after that, we'll probably end for the night. I just want to see if there's any side quests up here first to gather. And then next time I stream this, we can go ahead and... Oh, right, it's discounts day, except I've only got 59 currency on my person. Wrong button.
All right, then.
Okay, no quests, but there's a talking boost. Okay. Well, Maria next, and then
All right, then.
No, must have got that wrong.
Gauntlet Runner, Morse Phantom. Where's the Hushed Honeybee? World map.
Where to?
There it is. Where are you? Where are you?
Let's go.
Oh, sick. That's a sick transition. Fun.
Oh, hey. Fancy a bit?
You have information for me on stuff? No. Oh, I can start a bond with a Bine. Ooh. But I want to do the quest. The visit later. Damn it. Probably will wait until later in that case. Well, worth a try.
All right.
All right,
Where
but
to?
let's head back to Martira. Okay, I think this is a good enough spot to stop, if any. I understand that's been a bit shorter, but as I said, I've got to wake up early.
What are the gods doing?
And I am also feeling a bit tired, so I think this is a good spot to end.
What now?
Also, I realized I had not saved at all during this time, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, well, I say overall, I had a really good time tonight. Hopefully you all did too. Bit of a lower energy time, but nothing wrong with that. Just getting to chill and see how things are going. And I'm excited to get to play more of this since we're now actually in more locales, unlocked fast travel, and get to see more things and experience more characters. Because, you know, the start of this game was just 0 to 100, so now we're getting to see other lands and other people, which I'm excited for. So, yeah, we're likely going to end up with a dungeon run along with a bunch of side quests the next time that I stream this, which, if you want to know when I'm streaming this next, for people watching now and also watching the VOD, be sure to check out my Blue Sky. That's usually where I am good about posting when I'm going live. And yeah, that's kind of it. As for schedules in the future, I've got a schedule in mind. I'll make sure to let you all know, probably, most likely tomorrow, maybe later. So keep an eye on my YouTube and keep an eye on my Blue Sky if you want to see when I will post on going live. I usually am live at around 7 p.m. CST, give or take half an hour if I'm busy or if something happens. And I'm good about letting y'all know if I end up having to cancel or move things around if need be. So yeah, that's the general plan for now. So I think I probably will have a schedule out later today, but I know for certain streams will be continuing on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So be sure to keep an eye out on those days at the time that I said, which would mean 7 p.m. CST, 8 p.m. EST, and then 5 p.m. PST. So keep an eye out on those times. That's usually when I'm live, like consistently. So yeah, that's gonna be it for now. Hopefully you all have a good rest of your time zone whenever you're seeing this. Stay hydrated, keep your postures checked, and I'll see you next time, VOD watchers. Bye.